Yo, yo, yo. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to another podcast. And yes, the audio version of this podcast will go live on various podcast sources. As we got a lot to talk about today, getting back into the grind of tech news. I've been kind of slacking. I've been really slacking over the last week. Um, so yeah, just a heads up. Diving into a little bit of what's going on in the tech space when it comes to it. Uh, Company, former owner, well, still I would say owner in stakes of it. Apparently with the deal with the merger with Sprint and T-Mobile. But yeah, some news: SoftBank is selling majority of its stakes in a company called Brightstar, which was owned by the former CEO of Sprint, Marcelo Clarer. And good morning, Gene. Good morning, man. How you doing? Um, so stand by, Gene. In a little while, once I get through some of this news and stuff like that, I'm gonna bring you on. Um, so you could be on here a little bit in the open area, the open discussion. But yeah, definitely share this out um, to your social platforms. So therefore, people may come in and grab some of the news and um, yeah, get some things that's going on. So while I'm holding off a little bit, just allowing for more time for notifications to go out. Good morning, Big John. Good morning, Big John Tech Reviews. Good morning. I'm happy to have you here. Like I said, we have lots to talk about today. I'll have some screen shares here so you guys can kind of follow along with me on what I'm going to be pointing out. But yeah, some other things too. Well, going on. One, U.S. Cellular stretching millimeter wave. So we're going to read a little bit about that. That's going to be some good news for those people in the Midwest that use U.S. Cellular, and definitely could benefit with millimeter wave. We're going to talk a little bit more Pixel news, my favorite topic. Talk more about some Pixels and kind of what's going on. Morning, Chris. Chris the Cricket. Good morning. I like that, Chris the Cricket. But yeah, so we got a little bit to talk about today. Let me just kind of get some of this news articles ready for us, so then that way we can just kind of follow along. But other than that, if you guys want to tell me how your morning is starting off on this wonderful Saturday, specifically because it's exciting for me. My daughter's birthday is tomorrow, so I'm trying to get a lot done today. Get back in the groove of what I do here on YouTube, which is basically talk about some various stuff. Now, because these platforms don't allow for longer titles, the other thing that we're going to be talking about today is YouTube's restriction on iOS 14 picture-in-picture, which I think is totally messed up for iPhone users. It's crazy. YFS, good morning, man. I'm glad to have you here this morning. Happy early birthday to her. Thanks, Big John. I really appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, YFS in the building. I haven't seen you in a while, man. How you been? As you guys may notice, I have my buddy up there in the corner to entertain people, so he's just rocking it, just doing his thing. Andy, the Android guy. If anyone didn't know what the Bug George name is Andy. I think some people still have asked me that question when it comes to Android. And yeah, I guess because Google doesn't really broadcast his name as Andy. Some people don't know, but it's totally fine. Yeah, we got one person in the Twitch area. It is interesting. I have no idea what that means. And if it's something funny that's teasing me, then I hope you got a good laugh out of it. Party Pony 5. Very interesting. All right. Okay, so let's first pop it off with let's go with US Cellular. Let's talk about that for a second. So let me just kind of get the handy dandy news up. Let's say it like a nerd. We're gonna get the handy dandy news up. Here we go. Let's pop this one. Pop. He said pop. Yeah, that's what she said too. Anyways, we'll try to do this as best as possible. So I'll get back to comments here in just a little bit. All right, so let's get going on this. All right. Well, no, not that one. Okay. So US Cellular, along with Ericsson, Qualcomm, stretch millimeter waves reach. Now, this is going to be beneficial because, of course, where this focuses on is in the rural area, the rural areas in America. I tried to blend area in America together with Erica. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so it says right here, a new achievement in US Cellular's live 5G network shows millimeter wave isn't just for dense urban areas. The nation's fourth largest carrier, alongside partners Ericsson and Qualcomm, completed an extended range 5G millimeter wave data call over a distance of more than 5 kilometers. That's 3.1 miles at speeds over 100 megabits per second. It took place in a rural environment in, I'm sorry if I butchered the name, but Janesville, Wisconsin, on Spectrum 28 gigahertz band. To reach a distance, the call used extended range software deployed on commercial Ericsson gear, including the Air 5121 and baseband 6630. And a 5G customer premise equipment device using Qualcomm Snapdragon with the X55 5G modem RF system with QTM 527 millimeter wave antenna modules. US Cellular is seeing more than 4 times the range for millimeter wave with extended range software from Ericsson combined with the CPE powered by Qualcomm's latest millimeter wave antenna module, a US Cellular spokesperson told Fierce. Working with our partners, Ericsson has now demonstrated the commercial viability of long-range 5G radio capability for millimeter wave. So they go on to say that today's announcement puts millimeter wave 5G fixed wireless access, or FWA, for rural area and suburban areas in focus. High band frequencies have limited reach, and 5G millimeter wave deployments have largely been restricted to parts of dense urban areas. Verizon also is using millimeter wave for 5G fixed wireless access. Its 5G home service is available in 7 cities, and the carrier plans to expand to more than 10 by the end of the year. At the time, analysis firm Mandela Insights noted challenges for 5G FWA over millimeter wave because of the distance between a wireless base station and CPE, saying that the ideally need to be within 500 meters of each other, and that shrinks to under 300 meters if CPE is indoor. So yeah, US Cellular CTO Mike, I'm sorry if I butcher his name, Irizarry called the data call a key strategic milestone in 5G evolution. Expanding 5G millimeter wave coverage enables us to offer high-speed broadband services to consumers and businesses in rural areas and underserved communities, and reinforce our commitment to technology leadership for rural America. After initially launching 5G using 600 megahertz spectrum, US Cellular started millimeter wave deployments over the summer with Ericsson, Nokia, and Samsung as suppliers. The carrier holds millimeter wave spectrum in the 24 gigahertz, 28 gigahertz, and 39 gigahertz bands, and plans to deploy high band frequencies for both fixed and mobile broadband. A commercial millimeter wave launch is expected next year, so next year, 2021. So that's I'll definitely say some very interesting news regarding US Cellular, which I think US Cellular doesn't get much coverage when it boils down to it. I think it's a very good thing. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning. Hey, you know what? Getting back to some tech news. So hopefully the tech news here is a bit entertaining for you. But yeah, what we're just talking about, I don't know when you actually popped in, if you just popped in just now, but I just read a couple of excerpts from a article written that was posted to Fierce Wireless that initially was talking about US Cellular being able to complete a call over 3.1 miles using millimeter wave technology. And they're discussing more about their millimeter wave technology rollout. which is a good thing. And so I wanted to bring coverage to it because not a lot of people are talking about U.S. Cellular, and U.S. Cellular basically having, I would say, the Midwest area. So like, I don't know exactly how far U.S. Cellular goes in the Midwest. I know of it because obviously I lived in Oklahoma for some time, and U.S. Cellular was is one of the big carriers in that area that a lot of people have. So like it was like AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, but then you also had US Cellular. And so it's actually good to see that US Cellular is also taking 5G pretty much seriously. They really do want to have it rolled out for the customers, obviously. And they're not doing a lot of lollygagging and BSing, you know what I mean? Like they're really committed into rolling out 5G. They've just made some tests with millimeter wave on the what did they said, the 28 gigahertz and 39 gigahertz, and I believe 24, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go back to that just so I can confirm that. 24, 28, and 39 gigahertz bands. So yeah, why is this important for those people who have US Cellular? Yeah, that's great. They are being serious. That's absolutely, yeah, of course. That's always the greatest thing, right? Um, because I mean, like lately, like T-Mobile has always been the talk of the town, with all the negativity that's going on in there. So it's really refreshing to see a company like US Cellular, taking its 5G, rollout much more serious than than what people would have expected. The entire idea of millimeter wave going that far is crazy. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, from what I've read up on millimeter wave, and one of the things about it is like, yes, it's like, it delivers a very, much faster speeds, right? Using millimeter wave, but the distance range has always been shorter, which is what a lot of people were always concerned about when it came to millimeter wave. So just to hear that it was able to test a call on 100 megabits per second on that call rate on a 3.1 mile distance, that's actually pretty good. Yes, it's of course they're going to have to depend on I guess they were talking about like in-home routers. If I got that wrong, I apologize. I know Sneed says these things better, so that's why I watch Sneed a lot. But hey, I'm giving it a crack. But you know what? I mean, they can figure that out. Even though, like, a millimeter wave has a short distance range, obviously, they can accommodate that, and basically, I guess what they would call like, repeaters, or, basically to carry over the signal in between major towers. They'll be able to actually keep people connected. And so that's just, yeah, it takes time. See, like, so there's several different ways there's several different ideas of 5G and how they're going to roll this out. And every company's going with their own specific way of doing it, what they rely on, whether they rely on low band, mid band, high band. And we're just going to have to see which one works the best. And this is why there's so much confusion when it comes to 5G, and people are like questioning about it. Like, so what is in fact 5G? Well, it's the fifth generation network. That's what 5G actually stands for. But it's being rolled out in various different ways. T-Mobile not being very behind the millimeter wave as they say that they might be. Yeah, it's looking that T-Mobile's looking in a different direction, different path. AT&T and Verizon basically going a different direction. This is probably the conversion they had back in the 1800s, when they were amazed by they made calls from home to home for the first time. Oh, okay, yeah. Let's see what we got here. Talking 5G. Yeah, we are. US Cellular is not talked about as much in the East as much as the West Coast. Not available in those areas. Yeah, so that's what I said. As I said, Midwest. So basically, like Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Arkansas, and probably going up more north that way. Let's see, the entire idea of millimeter wave going that far is crazy. Yeah, I think I read that. So, all right, great. Everyone getting in there. So that's conversation. Okay, let's see. Yes, my grandparents remember that. Yeah. You know what? So as we continue to make advancements in 5G, it's really nice to know that US Cellular is also doing their part and what they're able to contribute, right? Like we can't always out, you know, other companies that are trying to make strides and roll this out. And apparently they want 5G to be in more places in 2021 and then by far by 2025 actually be the norms of like what we have with LTE today. And you imagine that, once 5G is completely rolled out, like deployed nationwide rather than deployed regionally, when 5G is deployed nationwide, can you guys imagine like every phone is going to be 5G capable, right? With LTE as a fallback if there's no like 5G in a specific area. Kind of like how LTE was when it was deployed nationwide and 3G was the backup in case there was no LTE connectivity. So phone would drop to 3G. That's going to be crazy. I can see it now. People are going to be like upset, like, oh, lost 5G connection in one stupid LTE. I can only see that now as like a conversation happens. So, um, yeah, it's I don't know, it's just refreshing to me reading that this morning. All right, so let's kind of move over to the next topic of discussion. We're going to be going off of SoftBank to sell majority stakes in Brightstar. All right, so this is a bit interesting. Okay, so let's just kind of dive into it. SoftBank to sell majority stake in Brightstar. The private equity firm of Brightstar Capital Partners, BCP, announced it has signed a definitive agreement to acquire a majority stake in Brightstar, the Miami-based cell phone distributor founded in 1997 by former Sprint CEO and chairman Marcelo Clarer. The purchase price was not disclosed. Once the transaction is final, BCP will own 75% of the company and SoftBank Group will retain 25% stake. SoftBank bought Brightstar for about $1.5 billion in 2014, but recently has been unloading assets, including this week's big news that it was selling chip company ARM to NVIDIA Corp for $40 billion. Clara founded Brightstar as a distributor, buying handsets and reselling them in markets like Latin America. Claret was so confident in his endeavor that he combined the names of his two major competitors, Brightpoint and Cellstar, to form the company. Talk about a bit of a arrogance there with Marcelo. But then again, when you look at Marcelo, I mean, come on, he looks like somebody that's like super arrogant. Let's see. Landline phones, the 40 years later, cell phones. You kind of missed the rotary phones. Could you imagine if they put a rotary dialer on the cell phone? Can anybody imagine that? Having to bust out your mobile phone and then start turning a rotary dialer. And if anyone remembers that. I mean, it was like the craziest thing ever. The timeline phones with dials in the middle. Oh, yeah, or trim line. Yep. All right, so I guess we're showing our ages today by talking about rotary dialer phones. People are gonna be like, "You guys are old." I'm like, yes, we are. Yes, we are. I'm already like rolling through the years of 38. It's kind of crazy. All right, back to it a little bit. So, anyways, Claret is now COO of SoftBank Group. Since he founded Brightstar over 20 years ago, the company has grown tremendously and become a leader to end-to-end devices lifecycle solutions, he said in a statement Thursday. I'm incredibly proud of what Brightstar has accomplished over the years, and I'm excited for an even brighter future. SoftBank looks forward to partnering with BCP as Brightstar enters into its next phase of growth. So yeah, and then it talks about SoftBank's holdings in the wireless industry have been dwindling with the merger of Sprint and T-Mobile, and its holdings in Japanese carrier SoftBank Corp dropped 40%. According to Wall Street Journal, SoftBank announced nearly $94 billion in asset sales this year, even more Brightstar. That includes divestitures starting in March when Vision Fund losses and stock market drops prompt SoftBank CEO Masayoshi Son to announce 42 billion in asset sales to fund their share buybacks and debt redemptions, according to the publications. So SoftBank continuing to sell off more, and this is something that we've known when it came to SoftBank. SoftBank has been hemorrhaging money for years now. I mean, I've heard talks of this when I worked for Sprint back in 2017. It was going around the call center floor. Of course, for those who didn't know, majority of people that worked for the Sprint call center that I worked at were tech enthusiasts and tech geeks, so we were always dabbling either in the hardware side of mobile phones, software side, or just the mobile tech industry news, which gave us, an edge when we handled customers and customer complaints and stuff like that. We'd use that to our benefit. But yeah, it was all over the floor. I mean, everyone knew that SoftBank was like literally hemorrhaging money. And so we knew this because of what they did with what they were doing as far as trying to retain Sprint customers and have Sprint customers stay with Sprint. I mean, we were literally giving away lines. Like we had, what was it? What the hell did they call them? Does anyone remember what the Sprint plans were? I have to probably research that. Gosh, I can't remember. Uh, let's see, Sprint's plans in 2017. What did they call them? Oh man, I can't even remember. Oh yeah, unlimited freedom. There we go. They're unlimited freedom plans. They had so many unlimited freedom plans, right? And to be honest with everybody, like the reason why they were doing it was because they were trying to entice customers from like T-Mobile to jump back over to Sprint. They were trying to retain customers, and believe me, it was headaches. It was headaches for us. Which, you know what? I'll go at the end of this podcast and give you guys some insight of what it was when I worked at Sprint and like how hard it was and just the various different things that they were doing and why they did the things that they did. Uh, no, back in 2017, they didn't. I don't think they had unlimited plus or unlimited basics. All their plans was called unlimited freedom, but there was just so many different variations of them. But I'll get to that later on. So yeah, it's it's funny. It's funny about that. And like, the crazy thing about all this thing with Brightstar and SoftBank and everything like that is that in another article, I'm not going to go through that article, but just to kind of let you guys know, but in a related situation, because basically with all this, the transaction of this deal and everything like that, is subject to customary closing conditions. It is expected to close before March 31st, 2021, the end of SoftBank's fiscal year. So that's when that's when this deal plan or whatever should close out, with all these sales that SoftBank is doing. But they're basically a related article. Trump picks former Brightstar exec for FCC commissioner seat. That's a totally different, totally different thing. Um, so yeah, kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Um, we'll kind of go here and just kind of talk about this. And let's go ahead and pop the screen here because I really want to go into this one. This one actually concerns a lot of those who have recently updated to iOS 14. This is a stupid move by YouTube. So let's see. Hey, good morning, Lawrence. Hey, how's it going, man? Stay tuned, and I will bring you and Gene in here in a little bit after I get through all these little news stuff here that I wanted to talk about. So, anyways, yeah, is this is quite concerning for me. Okay. Uh, hang on one second. Okay, so YouTube restricts iOS 14 picture-in-picture feature to premium subscribers. 4K not available on tvOS 14. Okay, now you guys know that I'm an Android, like I'm an Android guy. You guys know that I'm a Pixel fan or whatever you guys want to call me, Pixel fanboy. It's totally fine. You guys can call me that. I'm okay with that. But I do, I do speak my mind when it comes to idiotic moves such as this. So we'll kind of go over this here. So it says Google's YouTube unit appears to be restricting picture-in-picture video viewing on Apple's iOS 14 to subscribers of its premium subscription service. While promised 4K resolution in tvOS 14 is a no-show. Apple's iOS 14 delivers picture-in-picture video viewing to iPhone for the first time. The handy feature allows users to simultaneously watch video content, conduct FaceTime calls, and more while completing tasks in other apps. Video viewing in the main use case for picture-in-picture, and YouTube is arguably the most highly trafficked destination for online content. Unfortunately, it appears Google is gatekeeping access to the function. While the feature remains free to use on iPad, at least through Safari, the iPhone version of the YouTube's app restricts picture-in-picture to YouTube Premium subscribers. Shortly after iOS 14 launched, users discovered a workaround that enabled picture-in-picture compatibility when accessing content through YouTube's website in Safari. The hole has now been closed. Jeez. Stupid YouTube. It's not clear if the recent change was made intentionally or is a result of a bug. As noted by Mac Rumors, however, picture-in-picture still works with videos that are enabled in third-party websites, suggesting YouTube actively updates its codes to block the functionality. YouTube is also dragging its feet on delivering a promised update that would allow tvOS users to watch content in 4K resolution. While 4K playback was supported in pre-release beta versions of tvOS 14, the feature is currently missing. When asked about the issues on Twitter, YouTube said, "Sorry about that, back and forth. Jumping in to clarify, the Apple TV 4K will support 4K playback soon. Stay tuned for an update here." So I mean, so here's the thing when it comes to that. Some people are not gonna like it. So hang on. But it's sad when it comes to these OS wars. The little things that they do. All picture-in-picture or just picture-in-picture for music? All picture-in-picture on iOS 14, unless you have YouTube Premium. If you don't have YouTube Premium, no picture-in-picture. So literally like forcing people to buy a subscription to YouTube Premium. If you have Android, YouTube Advanced is awesome. $14.99 family plan when it was YouTube Red. Yeah, I remember that. Picture-in-picture for free with black theme or dark theme. Huh. Let's see. So these little things that they tend to do is just entirely insane. You know what? But I mean, if I can play devil's advocate, one of the biggest points of iOS, which is iMessage, doesn't make its way to Android. There's no app to download for Android. People have found a workaround, which is a whole nother different thing because, you just have to go through massive steps. I'll probably talk about that in a future video of how to really utilize iMessage on Android. And so all the stuff you have to do with that is not even really worth it. It's just not. So I say to everybody, there are things that iOS restricts only to them that, doesn't even come to Android. However, that's the thing. Apple holds back some of its key features and makes it only available to iOS. This really doesn't fall in that category for those people who would say that for argument's sakes, because YouTube is used on both iOS and on Android. And, it sucks that they would have to stoop to the level of being like, okay, well, Android users will get access to picture-in-picture without the YouTube Premium. Because we've been able to do that for a while. We get a floating window when we close out of a YouTube video, like I'm watching Sneed's live stream, but I got to get other stuff done on my phone. If I close out the YouTube app, a floating window pops up on my home screen, which allows me to move it around where I can, open up other apps and engage in what I need to do on there. So, and I don't pay for YouTube Premium. I don't. So there lies the problem. Yep, I've been using it for a while. Only issue is notifications don't really work. I just check the app manually all the time, though. Yeah, that is odd. That is odd, but that is a competition. Doesn't Apple allow Google apps and services on iPhone? Well, Apple's smart about it. They would want Google apps and services on their iPhone. They would. Apple has a key way of looking at things. Okay, so Apple wouldn't be so restrictive to Google, who is their rival, by saying we don't want YouTube, we don't want Gmail, we don't want Hangouts, we don't want Google Search, we don't want none of your stuff on our iPhones. Because then what? Like, seriously, think about it. Like what does iOS have as a video entertainment application that they can provide other than Netflix and all this other stuff, which really isn't theirs, right? Like they said, YouTube, is one source that is highly viewed every day. Every day, YouTube has massive views. We could probably get every person in the U.S. that's under 60 years old. We can get every person in the U.S. under 60 years old and do a survey, and I guarantee you, everyone. Well, let's make it realistic. Under 60 years old, over 3 years old. Okay, in that bracket range, every person, put them in one specific place, ask them one question, and ask them how many have you watched YouTube today and how many times. And I guarantee you, there's not going to be one person that said I did not watch YouTube today. Right? Someone is going to have at least viewed something on YouTube once, because YouTube is accessible for all kinds of things besides watching me, which I think is pretty awesome. You can find help on YouTube, like the correct way to hammer a nail into a wall to hang a picture, or you can find how-to videos on how to change a let's go with how to swap a transmission in the 1994 Toyota Tercel. Let's just say that, because I've seen that. How to install a turbo in a Mitsubishi Eclipse. There's all kinds of like helpful videos on YouTube, and then you have cooking videos. Like, one of my favorite cooking videos is this Korean lady. I don't know how to say her name, but she makes all types of Korean cuisines, and it's really, really good. And so I would say, like, yeah, like for there's so many things you can do on YouTube. So it's not all about just like watching tech or watching cat videos or watching funny stuff or viral videos or stupid videos, which there are on there. Your favorite YouTubers and their skits and stuff like that. Like, one of my favorite YouTubers is he is known as Tim Delaghetto, Tim Chantarasu. He's a really funny YouTuber. I've been watching his stuff for years. Also, he represents he's Thai. So and he's done some crazy things. And recently he just announced that he and his wife are expecting child. So he finally got his wife pregnant. His family, his mom and dad, they're so cool. They had a restaurant in California. I think it was called Thai Smiles, and it's closed down now, so you can't go there. But I think one of my favorite things about Tim Delaghetto is that if you were a big fan of his, when his parents' restaurant was open and you came there to eat, he would literally stop by every evening, not only to check on his mom and dad, but to look to see if anybody who was a fan of his YouTube channel came, so he can meet and greet them and possibly have dinner with them, or just hang out with them while they're waiting for their food. And I think that was a really cool thing. And like, he's pretty huge because he's been on TV shows like what was that show? MTV's Wild and Out. He was on that panel. He's been in a couple of movies, and really cool dude. If you have not checked out Tim Delaghetto, check him out. Of course, yeah, his stuff is explicit, so I would say be prepared, because yeah, they talk about certain things. But anyways, YouTube is there for a lot of people. You know what I mean? And it just sucks that the game that they play is that they're going to restrict people on iOS, not really giving them the way to do picture-in-picture unless they subscribe to YouTube Premium. That to me is just stupid. Why would anyone on iOS want to subscribe to YouTube Premium? I mean, maybe, to get like their YouTube exclusive stuff. I had no idea picture-in-picture works free on YouTube now. You're running that on an iPhone YFS or on Android? Because it's supposed to be restricted. So I mean, I don't know. Like if they reverse it, because this was posted 15 hours ago from Apple Insider. Yeah. So that's something that's like, I don't know. Someone, because I haven't tried this out on my iPhone. Someone tell me and confirm right now. Does picture-in-picture work with iOS 14 for free? Or is it restricted as Apple Insider says that they were going to do? If that's the case, like I said, that totally sucks. It totally does. I don't like when they do these types of things. Like if you're gonna have it completely free for Android users, and let it be free for iOS users. If you're gonna defeat your opponent on on a equal level playing field. Don't do it with these these cheap imitation knockoffs and things like that, where they're gonna like completely just kind of like, oh yeah, we'll give this to our Android users, but our competition's platform's gonna have to subscribe to something and pay us. Like you're literally saying that iOS users have to pay you to use picture-in-picture. That's how everyone's gonna perceive it. All right, so we check the dirt sheets right now. We're just kind of like shifting away from that and going into Pixel news, my favorite subject. Yeah, everyone's gonna be like, "Shut up, Tito. We got enough of this." I know, I totally know, but I just want to make sure that there's anything that's added that's new, we're going to cover it today. So, anyways, yeah, let's kind of roll with this full screen here. Okay, perfect. All right, so we're on tomsguide.com. And Google Pixel 5 release date, specs, price, and rumors. So did they add any more new rumors to this? We're just checking the news here, just kind of see if there's any updates to it. Let's see. Rumors to date have claimed the Pixel 5 might not try to match the processing power of the best phones that Samsung and Apple have to offer. Well, duh. We already know that. That's not new. Let's see. All right, so they got Google Pixel 5 cheat sheet is what Tom's guide says right here. So release date September 30th, 2020. Price $699. Processor, of course, Snapdragon 765G. We already know that. Display, 6-inch, 90 hertz. Cameras, 2 rear lenses, main sensor and ultra wide sensor, and other key specs. 5G connectivity and Android 11. Yes, we know that. The latest news on it, Google has slated a product event, we know, for September 30th, which is right around the corner. It's actually going to be 10 days from tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited for that. So that'll be on a Wednesday, I believe. Let's see. We continue to see more leaked photos of the Pixel 5. Yeah, we already know that. So is there anything new, or have we covered all the stuff? Yeah, this is crazy. I always go to various different places to see if there's anything updated. So far, it seems like that all they're doing is regurgitating the same news, the same things that we already know. Just kind of go into that. Okay, yeah, they did the Pixel 5S thing. Stupid. Let's see. Did they change the camera sensor? That's what I want to know. If there's anything new about the camera sensors in the Pixels, I'd like to know if they've stepped it up and moved away from their safe house, the Sony IMX363. I really wish if they would just kind of move up already. It sounds like the main lens will feature the same 12 megapixel sensor. The Sony IMX363. Google, you are doomed. Google. Other phone manufacturers are literally putting better camera sensors in their phones, which is taking better pictures, and Google still wants to rely on its AI software to get those good pictures. But those good pictures are not going to be great pictures, and I think this year Pixel will fall as king of still photography. And this is coming from somebody who actually really likes the Google Pixel. So anyone else has anything to say on that, it's going to be really, really crazy. Mark Smith, hey, Mark in Iowa. I've not seen you in a while, man. Thank you for coming, man. I hope, I'm sorry if I missed your comment. I was literally reading the article, but I hope that you are still here and enjoying the show. Please, stay through. I'm going to be bringing in some guests here in a little bit and just have open discussion for a little while. And so, yeah, anything you want to throw in there here in a little bit when we go open discussion, I'll be more than happy to have you involved. So I appreciate you being here. Yeah, Mark has followed me for a long time. Boost Mobile days, even before that. Let's see. Happy Saturday to Gene. He is great to follow. Eyewitnesses coming so far. Yeah, you're one of my day ones, Mark. You have been a very big supporter of Aloha Android from like when I was like at what 1,000 subscribers, I want to say. I think that was a long time ago, man. Whoa, that was like, yeah, that was a while ago. 8 years possibly. That's so long. 7 or 8 years, I think. That's crazy. I'm thoroughly disappointed in Google with this. I really am. And my statement is true. Okay, for those people out there, I'm a Pixel fanboy. I like the Pixels. Okay, I have the Pixel 1, the 2, the 2 XL. I had the 3 before I gave it to my dad, the 3A, and I have the Pixel 4, and my wife has the 4A. I have just about every Pixel device that has come out. Except for the Pixel C and the Pixel Slate and all those. I'm not going to invest my money in those things, but I'm saying it. It's a disappointment that Google is again going with the Sony IMX363 sensor and relying heavily on AI to fix these photos that you take, when they can simply achieve more if they would go with a much more newer camera sensor from Sony, even if they stayed with Sony. And could you imagine if they went with a higher caliber sensor from Sony and still relied on AI to correct photo images? They would still be king of still photography. But it looks like Google is going to lose that moniker, and Huawei may eventually just take that from them. And my question then will be to Google as to why did you allow this to happen? Why did this happen in the first place? Why did you let another company completely take? Good morning, Latrell. Why did you let another company completely take your crown on still photography? Because you decided to stick with the Sony IMX 363. Super crazy. I just don't understand Google. They always have to make stupid decisions to shoot themselves in the foot. I don't get them at all whatsoever. Like, why? Why do it? See, like, if I was the person that was head up of the Pixel development team, I would make sure that is not ever taken from us. So apparently, moving on a little bit, apparently there is a Firefox bug that can hijack through Wi-Fi. So hang on, let me find out. I think that was on Fierce Wireless. I saw that. But anyways, we're just gonna like Google search it. So Firefox bug. Let's see, and just kind of read about it, and then we'll get into the open discussions right after this. But I really wanted to talk about this. This is from ZDNet. We'll go with that one. There's various different articles talking about it, but we're gonna go with ZDNet and just kind of go over this real quick. And then after that, we're going to have open discussion. So, okay, let's do this. Boom. Shaka. And Laka. I'm going to read this to you guys. Okay, so like it says right here, Firefox bug lets you hijack nearby mobile browsers via Wi-Fi. That is insane. That people are finding all types of bugs that let you do this. As you guys can see, they have a photo here with devices. It says Mozilla has fixed a bug that can be abused to hijack all the Firefox for Android browsers on the same Wi-Fi network and force users to access malicious sites such as a phishing page. The bug was discovered by Chris Moberly of Australian security research group or company called GitLab. Uh, the actual vulnerability resides in Firefox SSDP component. SSDP stands for Simple Service Discovery Protocol and is the mechanism through which Firefox finds other devices on the same network in order to share and receive content, such as sharing video streams with Roku devices. It goes on here. When devices are found, the Firefox SSDP component gets the location of the XML file where the device configurations is stored. However, Moberly discovered that the older version of Firefox, you could hide Android intent commands in the XML and have Firefox browse execute the intent, which could be a regular command like telling Firefox to access a link. Same exploitation scenario. To better understand how this bug could be weaponized, imagine a scenario where a hacker walks into an airport or a mall, connects to the Wi-Fi network, and then launches a script on their laptop with spams the network with malformed SSDP packets. Any Android owner using Firefox browser to navigate the web during this kind of attack would have his mobile browser hijacked and taken to a malicious site or forced to install malicious Firefox extensions. Another scenario is if an attacker targets vulnerable Wi-Fi routers, attackers could leverage exploits to take out outdated routers and then spam the company's internal network and force employees to re-authenticate on a phishing page. If y'all don't know what a phishing page is, literally the sound of word phishing. So basically, it's a page that's going to fish for your information, which means that it may ask you to plug in your first and last name, date of birth, social security number, as far as to validating something, and you put that in, and basically that site just grabbed your information to sell on the dark web. Recently, that had actually not this attack, but when I'm speaking of the dark web, recently my wife was actually notified that her email was found on the dark web. It's being used on the dark web. We don't know what it's for, so we're watching closely, as we don't want anything coming back to her that gets her in trouble because her email was stolen and is being used on the dark web for whatever specific reason. Anyways, there is a tweet from init_string. They got a little video. It says, found a neat little Firefox for Android bug. Current version is not vulnerable. Please make sure you are up to date. And then they show. So if you guys want to follow init strings, that's init_string on Twitter, you can watch the little video demonstration of how they were able to do this exploitation. So with that being said, I mean, it's just crazy that we find these things, and luckily there are good people out there that don't use it to benefit them, and become very malicious with it. I would totally hate to actually see anybody affected by this. That's a crazy thing. Let's see. Using Firefox is like using MySpace in 2020. Let's see. Firefox is easier to use now. Yeah, but make sure you are updated to the most current version. Current version is not vulnerable. No, current version is not vulnerable. So if there is an update for Firefox, I suggest that you take that update. So if you did already, then you're good, Kathy. You're good. Let's see. We have Isaac Diaz inside here. What's up, man? How's it going? Good morning. So what I'm actually going to do right now is tweet out the link, bring some people in here to kind of finish off today's podcast by inviting them in and having an open discussion. So I will send a link to said person, because you will be surprised as they join in. I'll send a link to this person. See if they want to come on. Let's see if we get Lawrence in here. Yes, I said Lawrence's name because everyone knows Lawrence. He did his live stream yesterday, and hopefully, and again, big thank you to everyone who came on to Lawrence's live stream yesterday. It was a lot of fun. It was really cool. Um, and yeah, it was just I was actually like super happy to see all you guys inside there. So that was really nice. That was really really nice. Let's see if I get this one right. Yeah, and we're gonna go over the past subjects that initially I talked about here, just to get everybody's insight. So we'll see. We'll wait for these people to get the link, see if they come in. So just give it 1 second here. I will stop screen sharing right now. All right, gentlemen, check your Twitter DMs just to see if you got that magical link. Bring you guys on, have some discussions here before I close out the podcast. So we have the man himself. What up, bro?
Good morning. Good morning.
Bro, have you slept?
Yeah, I just I got up to go get something to drink, and I was looking at my phone, and I saw you on live, and I just said good morning.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. I woke up extremely early today, and since everybody is asleep, and I figured I'd just come on live and talk about this because I was reading the news, and I'm like, oh, I want to talk about this. So all the different subjects. Um, yeah. Listen, Kathy, Tito, you're the boy in the black shirt. Yeah, and I've got your back, like literally. I love this shirt. Like I've got your back, and he's holding the person's spine. That's kind of funny. Oh man. So how was it doing your podcast yesterday, bro?
It's all right. It just took long. It took a very long time for it to upload for me to see it in my own channel profile.
Ah, Latrell checked his DM and found his link. All right, bro. We'll see you here in a little bit. Yeah, it does. It does do that. It's weird for my channel. It's funny that you say that it took a long time for it to upload on your channel because like on my channel, like if I was to stop my podcast now and upload it, or not upload, but just like stop it and allow it to process, it would take almost the entire day to process, like a 1 hour or like an hour and a half podcast. But if I do like a 2.5 hour or 3 hour podcast, it's done processing when I'm done live streaming. That's crazy.
I guess this is my first live stream. Only now this morning I seen it, and where I can just go into my own channel. Where you click channel, it
Yeah.
shows it's there. Yeah.
You're remembering my story from yesterday? Oh, I only
It's
told
weird.
one of them.
It's weird that when you highlight Kathy's stuff, it shows two in the chat. It shows the cat, but when you show her on the screen, it shows her face.
It shows her face? Really?
When you highlight, look right there. When you highlight it,
I don't see her face. I see the cat with
go
the
open your mobile browser, and you'll see what I'm saying.
my mobile browser or the YouTube app.
YouTube app, whatever on the mobile side, not the PC side.
Okay. Let's see. Huh.
Yeah, Gene, because we're talking about.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know that. Wow. Oh yeah, wait, one more person. Oh, stupid me. I was supposed to send out one more. Where is he? There he is. Dedication to members. I never thought when I opened the membership program, I never thought that anyone would actually become like a member. That's crazy. But it seems like YouTube opened up membership for I think it's opened up for all partners now. So when you hit 1,000 subscribers, you would be able to utilize that if you wanted to. all partners now. So when you hit 1,000 subscribers, you would be able to. Yeah, I can hear myself again, Gene.
Hello.
All partners now. So when you hit 1,000 subscribers, you would be able to. Yeah, I can hear myself again, Gene. Why is it?
Wait a minute.
All partners.
There. Yeah,
How are you guys doing this morning?
You are the black guy in the black shirt, black and white.
Yeah, I got my Jack Skellington beanie, and I've got your back shirt. It's a Halloween shirt that I found at Wally World.
You find a lot of stuff there that you can't find anywhere else.
Yeah, I found a PlayStation long sleeve that I get so much compliments on when I go places, and people ask, "Where'd you get it?" Like, I got it at Walmart. One guy was like literally bummed out because he was like, "You got it at Walmart?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got the PlayStation long sleeve at Walmart." He's like, "I'm gonna go cop one." I'm like, "Well, it's sad to tell you, it was in the clearance section, so they're gone."
Oh boy.
Snap. So, what's new with your channel, Gene? What's going on with you?
Not much of anything. I just wanted to tell you, I found an article on FortuneMagazine.com about iPhones having an orange dot on them to let you know if someone's listening in on your conversations.
Really?
But the stupid people at Fortune put the wrong thing up there. They put the Apple Watch intro on there instead of that article. So I used it, and nobody flagged me.
Huh. Well, I mean,
nobody flagged me. I used that Apple Watch introduction.
Well, I think it's been out for a while now, since the keynote, and that's why you're not going to get like tagged. They tagged people during the event. That's what it was. So like, if it was a live event from Apple and you were hosting it live on your channel, then yeah, you would have probably got tagged.
Because it said the date was the 15th.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey, it's good though. I'm glad that you did not in any way receive any type of warning or guideline warning or anything like that. You don't want that lingering on your channel because that doesn't go away. There's no fall off point for that. So
but it takes forever for some of these videos of mine to get up there.
He got the link. YFS, what's up, bro?
There he is.
Yo, what's up?
Good morning.
What's up, man?
Oh man, nothing much, man. Just doing an open thing now, open discussion, man. People in the chat can,
heck yeah,
advice, whatever you want to talk about. What do you think about the Firefox bug though that was happening, man?
That Firefox bug is pretty crazy, man. One thing that I could imagine, in one way, it could be used by a government. Is if that bug was open enough it was open long enough, is people that use a Tor browser. They use Tor browser so you can get around local like political restrictions, imposed on the internet.
That's interesting.
A lot of people overseas use that, and that's based on Firefox.
Yeah. All right, Kathy. Thanks for coming in and watching this morning. Hopefully, we were able to entertain you and give you some insight. Yeah,
that's a crazy bug, man. I don't know how that passed QC.
I don't know either, man. That's crazy that I was able to do that, and like, luckily, like people weren't like somebody actually didn't deploy any of those scenarios that was stated in the article, man. Because whoa, that would be so crazy. Because there's people that fall victim to that really easily with those phishing sites. Yeah, they do, man. That's insane. I don't fall for that crap, man. Any page that pops up that wants my info, hell no. I avoid that crap. I don't put anything in unless it's something that I intentionally am going to do. Like if I'm going to do something. But even then, like I use VPN and all that stuff when I do sign up for things. Like I just don't really put my thing online unless I have to. And then
even if you get an email that looks like it comes from your bank and it's like you need to review this, then go to the website that you know.
Yeah.
Instead of clicking the link in the email. You never know.
Yeah, right. Any emails that I do get actually from my bank, because I use Navy Federal Credit Union. So any emails that I get from them, and this is actually pretty cool because they actually told me this when I got my account with them. They were like, we do send out regular emails, but if you get an email from NFCU that says, you have to, use information to sign in or whatever, they're like, please don't. You can go to your secured mobile app or go to the website itself where it's secured. I'm like,
There you go.
That's how
Cool.
you do it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that basic practice.
Yeah, because my bank has a link where you can send fraudulent emails to them, abuse at whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
And you send it right to them, and it's gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You ever deal with this, Lawrence?
Fraudulent emails. A lot of my stuff. As soon as I see it, I just delete it. I don't waste my time on it.
I've got this.
And I got a lot of text messages saying your Netflix subscription has not been paid. It's
exactly.
Yeah, right. My Netflix subscription hasn't been paid. It's being paid by T-Mobile. So how can it not be paid? And it's
exactly. I've been getting those Netflix emails. I'm like, what? T-Mobile's paying that.
No,
Come on, bro.
I get it.
You click on it and it goes to some website and it's like random blob website .741.blogspot.co.nl.uk.
But for how long is T-Mobile pay for it? That's another story altogether.
Oh man,
they're never getting rid of Netflix.
I don't know, man.
It's looking bleak when it comes to that. I mean, depending on what they close the deal with Netflix or not. That was one of the things that Sneak talked about in his live stream too, and they were also talking about possible alternatives. I mean, I remember people were tossing out things like Hulu and Tidal and all this other stuff, man, and they could go with that. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens because Netflix obviously raising their prices and everything like that. T-Mobile ain't going to be able to cover that bill for everybody. They're going to have to either make it exclusive to a specific plan, as was stated before in Sneak's stream, or completely just walk away from it. So I don't know. What makes you think that they won't get rid of it, Lawrence?
Because unlike AT&T and Verizon, where they spent billions and billions of dollars to acquire media, T-Mobile is just renting media. You know what I mean? And I truly don't believe that they're getting some kind of wholesale deal. There's no way they're going to be paying full price and then charge us whatever's. There's no way.
Yeah.
If they made that exclusive deal, they gotta be having some heavily discounted amount. So why would they only charge my girlfriend $5 for the 4-screen Ultra HD?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see. Let's see. Aaron Gregory, different subject, but what new game systems will you guys buy, if any?
I don't play.
I'm kind of looking at the PS5.
I figured you were gonna say that because my son is like, he came to me the other day. He's all like, "Dad, did you see the keynote on the PS5?" I'm like, "No." And then as I'm walking around the house, just like cleaning up after things, he's telling me what like the two different versions they have. One that the more expensive one uses discs, the other one doesn't. What it can do, what games are coming to it. Like my son is a gamer, so he could talk my ear. He could bend my ear on games. And I'm like, I'm just listening along. So I figured people were going to be talking about PS5, if they're going to grab it or not. Eventually, he's going to get his PS5. He's already saving up for his.
Yeah, it seems pretty cool. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really been keeping up with consoles too much, or really any games. But I don't know. I'll check out the PS5 because it's going to be around for a while.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. As far as for me, Aaron, I don't buy it. I haven't bought a game console in a while. My son does, but like the only thing that I've been doing is playing on Google Stadia and live streaming that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna finish. I was supposed to play last night, but I wasn't feeling well, so I'm feeling a lot better today. So I'll probably end up playing the game Guilt, and I'm on the very last phase of the game, so I'm actually gonna beat it today. And
cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it where I can show the 3 endings because I've already seen like people. That's one thing I hate about people in games. They ruin everything online, so I don't like reading things.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw it has 3 different endings. It doesn't tell you how to get it, and like I just skipped away from the whole entire thing because I didn't want to know how to do it. So we'll see if I did actually complete everything in the game or if I have
What?
to go back.
I'm not getting the shower. I'm on here right now.
Gee. Oh man.
Stop it.
So what do you guys think of US Cellular and what they've tested out with mmWave as far as them being able to complete a call 3.1 miles away from each other and basically using 100 megabits per second through that call? What do you guys think of that?
I mean, I don't know, because I don't really know a whole lot about antenna design, but I know millimeter wave gets really directional, or the higher the frequency, the more directional it becomes.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're doing that. I mean, I don't know. Like, I would be interested to hear more about the technical details, because that's pretty crazy. It sounds really weird.
It does. I didn't even think it was going to be able to do something like that. And then for them to say that they actually successfully completed a call 3.1 miles away from each other. I mean, they gave some specifics in extent of like what they're using. Like they're using what was it they said? They're using Ericsson and I think Nokia for their panels. Hey, we got Sneed up in here. Those are two different stories, Tito. Let's bring them in. If you're not busy today, I'll just DM him the link, because like I said, Sneed knows more about this stuff a lot more than like what I would be able to explain it. But I just thought it was an interesting story because US Cellular doesn't get much coverage.
Technical details on the live stream last night.
Hey, what?
No, he says technical details in his live stream last night.
Oh yeah. I didn't get to watch that.
Oh, yeah, I missed that.
I wasn't feeling well. Like after I got off Lawrence's live stream, like I was just going through a lot, so I ended up like sleeping majority of the night.
Oh man.
But yeah, I'll definitely catch that. But we'll just bring him on here just so you can
I'll take a look.
more. So I'm deep in the heart of US Cellular country. I do have an LG on a prepaid account with them. I'm not sure I'm ready for 5G. Why not? Like 5G is gonna change the game. Any news about US Cellular 5G? They are my provider. Oh, I spoke about that a little bit in the beginning. I actually read an excerpt from an article that was on Fierce Wireless, which is actually a great source. Sneed is absolutely right about Fierce Wireless. If anyone doesn't know, it's a great source to get information from. And I'm hoping he'll come on here and just elaborate a little bit more, because he is more better at explaining this type of stuff than I am. I'm more of like, mobile phone hardware guy, those types of things. He's more of like the network itself and whatnot. So you must be in Wisconsin. I mean, well, US Cellular is also in Oklahoma and Texas and Kansas and Arkansas. So here he is to help us out here in a second. The majestic goat himself. Good morning.
There he is.
Hey, dudes.
Yeah. Good morning.
Top of the morning to y'all. I've been up for like 8 hours already, so good
Yeah,
afternoon.
me too.
So the whole thing with US Cellular, the millimeter wave, and them testing that call and everything, you said, you're breaking those two different things. Can you elaborate just a little bit more?
So they're both like I guess we'll call them landmark events in millimeter wave. One, in terms of the US Cellular story, I think that one's just the first time they've successfully transmitted the signal and connected over a data session and stuff like that. The other one is a story that's coming out of Qualcomm, who is working with Ericsson and I think also Casa RSAI. What they did was they modified a software, some kind of software upgrade, which essentially made the signal extend beyond, I guess, the previous record, which was like 2 miles or 1.9 miles. So this is what I said in my live stream, and this is what people need to start understanding. Mid-band is going to be really important in the short term, like within the next 5 to 10 years. Millimeter wave is everything
in future 5G. So moving forward and until further notice, any innovation that happens in millimeter wave is going to be a sustainable technology that's going to extend past 2030. So that's why I make a big deal about it. I get excited about mid-band and all that, but there's only so much going on because the auctions are now happening. So right now, like, I'm a forward thinker. So to me, I connect to millimeter wave basically every day because it's in my market. It's the most amazing technology in cellular right now. I mean, mid-band, everything is allocated to LTE at this point because our networks aren't able to do it enough for NR and 5G. So and everybody says, oh, you need to hold your horses on millimeter wave. Actually, I'm holding my horses on mid-band until they deploy more and auction more. You know, that's on hold to me. So I'm excited about millimeter wave when I see something like this. Everybody talking smack about the technology, saying it doesn't travel, and here it is going over 2 miles. They say it can't go through glass, and I've already proven that wrong. They say you have to have line of sight. I already proved that wrong. You know, it's and there's a gentleman, I think his name is Les. He comments in my videos all the time. I appreciate the commentary, but like, for example, he doesn't understand why I'm getting excited about it. I don't know what else to tell him. It's the only 5G connection that's going to offer hundreds of megahertz of bandwidth on every channel. Hundreds. Like right now, most of our channels are 5 and 10 megahertz. We're going to have hundreds per channel. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm not excited about 5 and 10 megahertz NR. You got 600 megahertz from freaking T-Mobile. Ain't nobody getting excited about that shit. 10 megabits per second. What is that? We had that in 2011. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to get excited about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it was really exciting, then why is the root metric scores for T-Mobile in the crap? I mean, look, bro, they're average 20 megabits per second nationally. 20. Yeah, how's that NR treating you, you know?
Yeah. That's crazy. But
that's why it's so promising. It's something to get excited about. And I love how fast it's evolving, bro. It's so fast. Like the conversations last year where this stuff doesn't work in rain. This stuff doesn't work through leaves. Now it's working past 2 miles. What do you got to say?
It's crazy, man.
That is great steps going forward with millimeter wave. Like I read up on it.
Bro, we got to do it right now. We're right here at the bakery, bro. I'm gonna turn on the camera. I'm gonna show you guys what's happening, Chief. All right. Yeah. All right. Look. Let me show you something, bro. Let me see. I gotta switch this, right? How do I do this? Yeah.
I don't remember how to do it on mobile. Does anyone know how to flip the camera on mobile? Oh, there, he got it.
Oh, okay. All right. I want to show you guys something. I want to show you how many there are around here, bro. Verizon's forcing the issue. All right. I don't know if you guys can see it back there.
Why is it on a little pole or something?
Well, I think I might have seen it on top of the building.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back over there.
Latrell wants to know who started the
That would be me. That would be me, sir.
That's like the battle cry. It's the war chant. We call it the war chant. Majestic Goat Vlogs. Oh yeah.
So these are what they look like. Right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Within these like 15 blocks, there's about a dozen poles like this.
Wow.
There's about a dozen of these. This is what I'm trying to tell people. They think that this is a joke, bro. They think Verizon is playing around. They're gonna double up the
Those
density.
are really high up.
They're gonna probably double up the density here in 2020 to finish off Cleveland, and then they're gonna add probably another 20 markets in the next 3 months.
Welcome back, Kathy.
That's amazing, man.
That is. Are you gonna speed test?
This stuff is evolving so fast.
Everybody thinks they're playing around, man.
Right
Oh,
before our
can't go
very eyes.
through glass.
Yes. By the way, Mark Smith is like one of my day one homies. So shout out to Mark Smith, bro. Follow Sneed Mobile Tech. I'll put the links in the description, or I'll just drop their channels right now. Their links. Follow them, and you know what? You'll get like all this type of info, and it's great. The live streams are always good.
Oh yes, they are.
Hey, look. I don't see it anywhere. Look.
Oh, here we go. Speed test time.
Too blurry, bro. Too daggone blurry.
Yeah.
I want to show you another one. I'm going to show you another one. It's right up here. Another one.
Yeah.
Isaac says Sneed getting his walk.
Oh, dude, you should have seen what I just did, bro. Oh, look.
Oh.
I don't even know where it is anymore. All these houses covering it.
Oh my god.
There it goes. Look at that.
That is incredible.
If people are watching their shaking the bed videos, they're going to see that in high quality.
Here's the crazy thing. Where do you see it? I don't see it. It's back there somewhere. This is what I'm trying to tell people, man. You don't need line of sight when you do it right, bro.
It's amazing.
Everybody playing games, man, talking about stuff they don't know. But the leaves, but the glass, but the rain. It doesn't work in rain. Bro, look at all these buildings everywhere. It doesn't even matter. Verizon got it going on, bro.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the other companies to actually start taking stuff seriously and stop playing games with people and start innovating tech.
Yeah.
I know that when Carlos comes down here again, him and Ray, one of the things that hopefully we're going to do is we're going to hunt down Verizon mmWave here and test it out.
You probably don't have to hunt it down. It's probably all over the place.
Yeah. We're still going to speed test it. So I'll be live on my mobile phone just kind of showing that, since, you know, I already know Carlos, he's going to stick a freaking $1,000 phone in my hand and say, test this, bro.
Yeah. He's supposed to be sending me something. I forget what he's sending me.
Yeah.
I mean, even the LTE is pretty good, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Here, I'll show you the LTE.
I mean, shoot, Verizon LTE is good here in Phoenix, and I'm on Visible, which is, you know, low priority.
Yeah.
See, this is my point, though. How are you going to sit there, be talking about 5G, and where did that get you? 20 megabits per second national. 20 megabits. Cool story, bro. NR. That's why I don't get excited about it, bro. It's not helping anyone. It's hurting. Just to get an icon, you know? It's a daggone shame, bro. It's a daggone shame. Let me tell you, boy.
Verizon gives you T-Mobile speeds in Kenosha. That'll change soon.
Yeah. Fake it till you make it with the icon.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I can't wait to do the speed testing here in Phoenix. I'm just waiting for Carlos them to come down here, since I know Carlos said that that business has slightly opened up for his connects here in Phoenix, and not Phoenix, yeah, Phoenix and Scottsdale. So he's coming back down here with Ray. He just hasn't like made that happen yet, but I know he'll let me know like at least a day in advance before. Wait, there's two majestic goats. What happened here?
I don't know which one is working right now. Let me see here. All right, get rid of the other one.
All right, it's gone.
I don't know what's up, bro. I really don't like iOS, man. I really don't. I don't know what everybody's talking about, how it's great and dependable. I have no clue what they're talking about, bro. This phone cooks. This phone has bugs. It's crazy, man. And this
It's
is
got
an 11 Pro
limitations
Max.
now.
Gosh, you ain't lying, bro.
Apparently YouTube is restricting picture-in-picture capabilities on the YouTube app on iOS unless you subscribe to YouTube Premium.
I have YouTube Premium and it still doesn't work.
30 megabits down max with Verizon. I mean, okay, but even if like 30 megabits down is what's the uplink?
Okay.
Yeah,
Bro, I
mean,
need uplink, man. I need uplink. I can't even live stream on Sprint or T-Mobile over here. I have to use either AT&T or Verizon.
I think you'll be thoroughly impressed with Verizon if you try out their 5G in Vegas.
Oh, dude, Vegas is a good market for 5G, bro. Jeez, Carlos gets over 2 gigs per second over there, man, all over the strip.
Yeah.
But glass. but leaves. But rain, Lionel. Snarf, snarf.
Why is it every time that I watch Thundercats, it's just out of nowhere you make a Thundercats reference? I didn't even tell you I was watching Thundercats today.
I know what it is, bro. This is Majestic Goat, bro. Billy Goat Gruff.
I was watching Thundercats at like freaking 6 a.m.
But Lionel believes. Snarf, snarf.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I still gotta watch a few more episodes. I'm trying to rewatch the entire series of Thundercats. It's on Hulu. They have the original and then they have the new one. I don't watch the new one.
Dude, before my live stream started last night, I had like 7 dislikes.
Already?
Yeah, like I had just made it, right? So it posted and it was gonna send out reminders, and I had like 7 before I even had 1 like, and before I even aired.
Bro, it's because you're telling the truth.
Man, I don't give a damn, bro. I can't lie, bro. I don't really care about the haters. I really don't, bro. All it does is make me make more stuff. All it does.
Just quote the movie A Few Good Men. Do you want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, classic, bro.
Oh, Kathy hated Snarf. Oh my god.
Snarf, snarf.
I think everybody did. He was so annoying.
No, dude, Snarf was really important.
I know he is, but a lot of people, like, when I was growing up as a kid, nobody wanted... We used to play Thundercats. So we would all argue who's going to be Lion-O, who's going to be, like, what character, and then nobody wanted to be Snarf.
Yeah, they're haters, bro. Everybody hated Snarf.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here with your beeping-ass band. Kick rocks, bro.
Oh my god, dude! But no, man. I mean, that's crazy, dude. 7 dislikes before you even started your
Before
live
I
stream.
even started, bro. Yeah, somebody must have drank a 32-ounce Haterade, man, before they came in.
See, I envy you. I want that kind of attention on YouTube. I want someone to give me 7 dislikes before I even go live. That says something, man.
I guess. I just think that just means they hate me, right?
Yeah, but they also came to your channel and gave you the view. I mean, regardless, even if you weren't live yet, they were on there.
That's because they're riding the scrotal. You know what I'm saying? They're haters, bro.
Oh man, I want to be at that point. But I mean,
here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. I've lived 36 years on God's green earth, bro. I've never seen these types of people in real life. It's almost like they only exist on the internet. You know, it's not like a real thing in real life. It's a figment of their imagination. Empowered and emboldened by a keyboard. Man, what I do just to be able to get their address, go up in their house, smash the keyboard, eat their mouse, you know, and just wreck everything in their basement, bro. Wreck the whole thing.
So pull a Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah, bro, and just right in front of, just bust up everything, bro. Hulk smash the whole joint, bro. The display, the computer, just wreck it all, bro. Ruin everything. Right in front of him, bro, and stare at him in the eyes while I'm doing it.
Shoot. Man. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's the Hulk. That's what I'm telling everyone. I told him, like, Sneed don't need to fly to Hawaii on a plane. Just piss him off enough and let him start running all across the U.S. and pretty soon he'll just jump from California to Hawaii.
Listen, I'm still looking for those daggone coyotes. I'll tell you, bro. I can't find them. I'm looking.
Maybe that's who's disliking your videos. They probably heard through the grapevine that Sneed wants to take down a coyote, so they're like, "Oh, we're gonna dislike his stuff." Boom, boom,
Bro,
boom.
I'm positive a coyote doesn't have a chance, bro. I'm like 100% sure.
Well, the bear dislikes your stuff too. The bear's like, he's talking smack about when he took me down.
Bro, listen to me. If you see me in the woods fighting a bear, help the bear,
Help the
bro.
bear.
Help the bear.
Bro, you should put that on a shirt.
Hashtag help the bear.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna put that on a shirt and I'm gonna freaking put it on my store. That's insane, man. But you know what?
The family's camping, Tito. So they're probably near the bears right now.
Probably. It's crazy that people would actually dislike your stuff. Because, like, I mean, to me, when you tell me that someone dislikes your live stream, I can't fathom it. And I guess it's just because, like, why I subscribe to your channel and why I view your content. I guess because you know what? Like, I'm receptive and open, right? I'm not hardened. They say the older you get, the harder the clay to mold. Well, I guess it takes a little bit longer for me because I'm still soft because I'm open. I'm open to everyone's suggestions and ideas and thoughts. You know, I mean, I'm not closed off to it. Even if for a second, like I feel like it disagrees with mine, I want to hear it because I know it's going to give me a whole new perspective.
You're different though, Tito. You're an open-minded person. That's your mentality. It's different. So you always learn. You're always learning new things. People that stick to their preconceived notions and, you know, you talked about the heart and mind and stuff. They don't learn. They're stuck with their old ways and their old thought process. They never learn. They never improve.
And they wonder why they can't figure out a phone.
Yeah. And they wonder why they don't get opportunities. That's really the issue, bro. Yeah. Opportunities come to those who can adapt and learn and improve and get better. Bro, opportunity comes knocking at my door. I open it up and say, "What's up? Come on in, bro."
Bro. Heck yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I just like I find it funny, and I really wish they would come out of the works. Like, see, that's the thing, right? Like, I don't care if people disagree with like my opinions and stuff like that, and I'm open for open dialogue to go back and forth. You know what I mean? I just think it's just so sad how someone would just go to that extent to be like, I'm gonna dislike his live stream. He's not even live yet, and then just because it's spite.
Yeah, that's all right. You know what probably happened? Somebody probably took a dump in their Twinkie and they're all upset about it. But
that's sad.
Oh God.
They're emotional wrecks, man.
Yeah.
They got feelings.
All right, Isaac, take it easy, bro. Enjoy your weekend.
Isaac, have a good day.
Nothing more than feelings.
Yeah, tell him, Genie. Yeah.
Sing it.
Yeah.
You guys weren't alive in that phone. Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, people just gotta get out of their feelings, man. I don't know, but you know what? That's that to me. You know, if anyone was to be like that, you know, Sneed and the SMT community is not that big. Yes, they are. They're big. If they can get 7 people to dislike their live stream for even going live, that's progress.
I don't care about the size of my community, bro. My community is amazing. See the quality of the people, bro.
People in California know about them too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, everyone knows about them. Sneed's on radar, man. That's the thing.
Well, it's not. I don't know if it's really about the number, but let me just put it to you like this: Mike Sievert, Neville Ray, and the rest of T-Mobile knew who I am.
Oh yeah.
AT&T knows who I am. If that's any measure of who I am, they hate my guts. They want me gone. I wouldn't be surprised if I get a cease and desist letter eventually.
Oh, geez.
Oh man, but yeah, that is true. Those companies do know you. They do know you. They know Carlo. So yeah, you guys are on radar. That's something that I would say is definitely amazing. You have got the attention of these companies.
Yeah.
other people will make videos and talk about the stuff that goes on with those companies and never ever even get in sight of that radar, and yet you're on their radar. They're watching.
Oh yeah, they don't like me, bro.
Well, of course
They're
not.
like, here's Mike Seaver. He's probably like, man, that's need mobile tech, man. Let me tell you, man, we got to get rid of that guy, man. He's ruining everything.
It would not surprise me if Mike Sievert had a dartboard in his room at night when he lays in bed and throws darts at you.
He throws darts and screams.
Yeah. If he throws a dart at me, if he ever throws a dart at me, dude, I'll catch it with my teeth and spit it back at him, bro. I'll throw it back at his cardigan, bro.
I mean, you got to think Mike Sievert doesn't sleep comfortably at night because Sneed keeps pulling his blanket off so much that he's just getting exposed.
Yeah.
Magenta blanket.
Yeah.
Oh, you know he's got the baby blankie. He's been dragging that thing around for decades.
Yep.
Man, where's my blanket?
But the inside of that baby blanket is that while he likes to project his anger towards Sneed and Carlos them for exposing the truth, he don't realize that he's carrying around that baby blanket. He made it. That's why it doesn't cover his ass.
Yeah. Little gray sweater.
Magenta sweater.
Yeah, I need to find it. I think I still have the clip where someone made John Ledger call T-Mobile Skunk Mobile on his Periscope by accident.
Oh, that was Alan, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Apple Watch. He did that stuff. It was great.
It was like, it's just the look on John Ledger's face. When he said skunk and he saw mobile, he just stopped himself. And you just see his face. He's like, come on, man.
I know, they get all emotional and stuff. Yeah, feelings get hurt.
Yeah, but I mean, John Ledger ain't wearing magenta anymore, dude. All his latest posts on social has all been him in regular clothes. Like it's a weird, odd sight to see him.
Yeah, you can't really associate with them because of how much they've changed. They're not recognizable anymore.
It's gotta hurt him inside into an extent to know that everything that
was his baby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to kind of make that.
Yeah, it's kind of like you giving birth to a child and raising it, and then when it hits its adolescent years, someone is influencing your teen to act a certain way, and then you just gotta see your kid go completely differently. That's gotta suck.
That's how I felt about those coyotes, man. I raised them in the caves. You know?
That is the terminology, Mark. Call a spade. That's what Sneed does.
Yeah. Yep. You don't like it? Change your station.
T-Mobile used to be so fast.
Oh, yeah, dude. I remember back in, like, pre-December 2019. It's fabulous. I used it for everything. Fabulous. I uploaded my videos on YouTube. I used to live stream. It was great, bro.
Yeah, I could pull like 100 down and like 50 up, like pretty much everywhere over here.
Oh, yeah. It was phenomenal, bro. Even AT&T's upload is taking a dump. It's real messed up over here right now.
It's a skeleton of what it once was.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, interesting thing that happened last night. So I went out because we were making Philly cheesesteaks at home last night for dinner. And I went out to go get some of the stuff for it. And I ran into two people that used to work with me with the Sprint call center. And they were heavy fans of Metro. And I ran into them over there, and they were like surprised to see me. So when I told them that the thing that's going on with Metro and T-Mobile and like, you know, just all that internal fighting, they were kind of shocked to hear about that. I'm like, you guys used
it's easy for us. We've been following since the beginning, like since the first thing started happening.
Yeah. Well, I sent them your way, Sneed, because I told them if they want more info on that to go check out your channel. Because I told them like it's been covered. Like my friends have been covering it. They need to know.
Yeah, dude, the Metro dealers and TRX and, you know, they've been asking me to cover it for them and, you know, give it some visibility and bring it to the table. You know, make people aware, publicize it. And I wish I could help them more, you know, but I'm just a small creator, man. And, you know, how am I going to help them? You know, I make it public, but T-Mobile has to go to the table and negotiate. But they're very rigid. And This isn't good, bro. I really don't feel good about where this is going with Metro, man. I really don't.
Yeah, it's not looking good at all whatsoever. That's the sad thing about it. Like I don't like going if they go the continued path that they're going. I don't see Metro being in the game in the next like 2 years or sooner.
Well, they're going to have to run their own Metro. It's going to have to all be corporate, and it's going to be to their terms. And then those new employees, they can agree to the terms of payment structure and commissions.
Yeah.
You know, but dealers can't operate if they're not going to make money. You know, it's a business is to be profitable. You can't make money. There's no place in purpose to be open.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, where do they work for free? Where do they do that at? I never heard of that.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yep. That's sad. That's sad case about that. And just like again, when you guys brought it to the attention of everybody, when you guys first started coming out with the stories about it and covering all that, the whole payment structure for like bringing in a new subscriber into Metro, the way that they wanted to do it, that was that as soon as you guys said that and I heard it, it was like, yeah, that's total BS. No way is it, because no one is like you guys have been saying for the longest time, and this is absolutely true for people who don't understand it, that the in-store dealers, they have no control over the customer once the customer sets up their agreement with Metro and walks out the store with their phones. They can't stop them from porting out 30 days later, 60 days later. They cannot. It's just not possible. Look, what are they supposed to do? Sign you up with Metro and then secretly spy on you like Secret Squirrel, and then when you're heading over to like Cricket, they stand in front of the door and say, "No, don't do it," and act like the husband that's trying to save his marriage. What do I got to do to save this? What can I do to change? Like, they're not going to do that just to be able to get their commission. That's too much work.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Stupid and crazy.
It's a good analogy, man. It's a good analogy.
Yeah. But I guess that's what T-Mobile expects, because they're shooting for the moon and missing all the stars.
They don't know how to complete a merger. It's pretty clear. They're not skilled enough. They don't have the personnel. They didn't think it through, or maybe they did think it through, and they're like, "Hey, this is what we got to do. There's no other option for us." If that's the case, then yeah, they just got to live with it.
It just almost feels like they're dismantling everything to try and restructure T-Mobile into a whole different way.
Well, they're going to go through it, dude. They're definitely going to go through it.
Yeah, that's a sad case. I don't know. I wonder, do you, with all this going on, how long do you guys think that Mike Sievert is going to stay in that seat as CEO?
I personally believe the first fall guy will be Neville Ray, because if the network can't catch up, then he'll be the first to go. They'll blame him because he's the network head, right? Next is going to be retail, which is John Fryer. So, and then if that fails, then I think Mike Sievert's gone. But he will throw those guys under the bus. He absolutely will. They'll be the first ones gone.
What up, Tana?
Deutsche Telekom will say, "Hey, where's the money? Where's the success? Where's this? Where's that?" And then he's going to say, "Oh, that's Neville's fault. The network's tanking," or "That's Fryer's fault. He's the retail guy." All right, got to fire him. Got to fire them.
Sad. So basically, Mike Sievert's bed's going to start to get empty little by little when he starts kicking his hose out. Devil Ray, get out of my bed. You can't use the good pillow anymore. Bye.
That's an interesting analogy. Yeah.
Pretty much. If that's how it's gonna roll down, yeah, definitely. Because you're right. Obviously, Mike Sievert's he's not that type of CEO that's gonna take the blame on his back straight up and
No. He will not.
Nope.
Dude, Mike Sievert's a string bean, bro. He can't carry nothing. He can't carry any weight on his shoulder. Don't hold any responsibility. Listen to everything. The pandemic is it's really hurting us. It's a real doozy.
Oh.
Yeah, because nobody else is subjected to the pandemic. Just T-Mobile, right?
Just them, man. They're really eating that up as an excuse. Because to be quite honest, I mean, like, yeah, I get it that what we're going through in 2020 sucks. You know what I mean? But from my opinion, what has gone on hasn't really been a strain because of that particular thing. It's been more of a strain because of like political argument back and forth and things that they're deciding. It's been
Oh,
that.
sure. There's a lot of that too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know where they're going with this of like that. Like AT&T and Verizon seem to be doing just fine.
AT&T is a problem. They're not too bright. I don't know what they're doing with their media, dude. I have no clue. That's crazy. They have so much debt.
But to the fact, they are doing a little better than T-Mobile as far as on the mobile side. Verizon's doing well. Verizon's doing very well.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. But I mean, hey, like everyone's been saying, maybe if they would, do less dancing and like, spend more money on network build out, maybe then.
No. You must twerk. You must twerk. Twerking.
No.
Twerking
Yes.
improves network performance by 40%.
Yes.
If that's true, then that little dancing robot over on Gene, the little Andy the Android guy, then he should actually be like superly increasing Android OS to dominate over iOS by now. He's been dancing
Oh yeah.
for 40 minutes.
For me.
Yeah, it's getting better by the second. You can tell.
And he's dancing faster now.
Absolutely.
After you started.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No more lag. Every time he's dancing, they're like consolidating. No more fragmentation.
Is this what happens when I update Android?
Who knows? But to me, that should be the only thing dancing right now, not T-Mobile, and like that is sad for anyone that doesn't believe. You guys can do your research. You don't have to believe us. Do your research. You will find lots of videos of T-Mobile employees dancing and doing all kinds of weird stuff and wearing unicorn hats and tutus and stuff. We don't make this stuff up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
don't understand it.
For cash, bro.
They tweet it out all over the place.
It is. It is. I mean, especially when you go searching for it, you will find it. And like the photo, and I'll say this: the photo with the person wearing the unicorn thing and the pink tutu, that's not a big woman. That's a man. Oh my god! I've seen comments on that photo circulating.
I just have to warn everybody that if you see that image, it will be seared into your brain permanently. You will never be able to forget what you've seen.
Just expect your IQ points to go down by 50.
At least.
Yeah, probs.
Yeah, because that's definitely going to that's gonna send some nightmares. Don't mind me. I'm checking my avatar to see if I can replicate Kathy's problem. What?
Hey, Kathy's here. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kathy's in here. But missing links.
Tana's here too? Dang.
Yeah, Tana said what up.
That's the homie Tana.
That's why I said what up to him.
Then Tana on that beat. Let's go.
I don't know. Tana wants to come in. I mean, it's open invite right now. You want in, bro? I'll send a link. You can come in.
Yeah.
It's like I'm bored. Everybody in my house is sleeping but me. Like it's a Saturday, and then my wife looked at me this morning. And she's like, "Go back to sleep," and I can't. But once I get up, I'm up.
My wife says that to me too. Why don't you ever sleep in? So there's money out here. I ain't going to sleep.
Oh, hey, missing links. Welcome. That is Kathy's husband. Glad to have you here.
Husband. Yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
Mr.
glad to have you here. This is awesome. Couples enjoying the
hangout.
Got the family. Yeah.
I hope I'm doing a great job in having all my friends in here and just having these discussions. Hopefully it's entertaining. That's what I want to do.
That's debatable. That is debatable. We're entertaining ourselves, but
This little Android guy.
how everybody else feels about it, I don't know.
the ones that get butthurt. I just get, oh my god! Sometimes I just want to pull people's ears, man. Those people that are like really riding hard for T-Mobile, like I get you get your little perks and stuff like that, but you know, I don't know. I guess they just don't want things to get better. They like it. They love the fact that they're shaking the bed videos buffers like every 30 seconds or something because I don't know.
How are they gonna watch Thundercats? How are they gonna watch Lionel?
They're not gonna see it. They're not gonna see it in full clarity. They're gonna see it in like 480p or less, or 240p. So they won't get to witness the Sword of Omens. Give me sight beyond sight. They just seeing that in 4K is actually awesome.
Thundercats in 4K.
Seeing that in 4K would be awesome. It would. Can you imagine? I'm trying to get my kids into it. They're not biting. I showed my kids Transformers, Voltron.
Ooh, yeah.
I showed them Thundercats. Hell, I even went with the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated because that was like my favorite cartoon kid.
Yeah, man. That's sweet.
Oh, my son, he likes Ninja Turtles. Everything Ninja Turtles he likes. And then like he has like a little toy of Krang. So when we watched the Michael Bay version, he was kind of upset because like he was looking at his Krang toy and he was looking at Krang on there. He was just shaking his head. And that's a 5-year-old's disapproval of the reboot of Ninja Turtles.
Man, Michael Bay's tripping, bro. Real talk. No respect, bro. Blasphemy.
I agree. I'm still upset in the fact that in the first reboot, he made Shredder look like Megatron.
That's probably because he has no imagination. He's like, let me just recycle this character, basically.
Pretty much. I mean,
the first Megatron was pretty sweet from the first movie, the original in 07. That Megatron was sweet. He was a jet and a tank. That was pretty cool.
Yep. And they totally changed it up. I mean, I don't know. It's hard watching my favorite pastime milestone cartoons being turned into movies in this era and then kind of done wrong.
Yeah, they should probably, try to pay homage to some of those, the callbacks to the old-fashioned way. Like, that's why I think Bumblebee, with a standalone movie, that, like, prequel, that was pretty good.
Yeah. It did pay homage to the character itself from the original animation.
Yeah, I think that's the better way to go.
Yeah, it is. For movies. For movies and stuff like that.
Underdog.
Well, I remember Underdog. Yeah, man. Yeah. Underdog.
There you go. And they did a movie of the Underdog too. 2 of them.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Speed of lightning roll. Okay.
That's all I gotta say to that one. So. No, they're doing so much right now. Like even Scooby-Doo. Like my kids watching the new Scooby-Doo movie and I'm sitting there with them. Like I'm thinking like, it's gonna do some justice from like, the old Hanna-Barbera days, Captain Caveman and all them and
Flintstones.
Yeah, no, I didn't do it.
Flintstones are on.
So, yeah, real quick for everybody. Earlier when Steve came in and talked about millimeter wave, 5G, US Cellular, and such like that, like he said, he covered that in his live stream last night. I do say afterwards, check out that live stream, watch the replay, and hashtag replay crew, so he knows you came by and watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a really good show, actually, man. I thought I did really well with that podcast. It was had a good pace, it had a good flow, had some good stories, good coverage. Yeah, I thought I did a good job with it, but I don't always do the best jobs with the podcast. It's different every time, man. Sometimes your game is sharp, and some days you're off a little bit. But I thought I did a really good job with it yesterday. I really put it together as best as I could, and that's the Friday podcast.
It's pretty great. I know what you mean because there's sometimes I do a live stream and I just don't feel like that. I'm even entertaining or anything like that, or like captivating, and it just feels like Then there's times
I
where
don't want to say it feels labored, but sometimes you just feel obligated to do a show, and you're not really with it. Like the energy's not there, or you're sidetracked by something else. Something else is occupying your mind. You
Yeah.
know, but the show must go on, as they say, bro. And the community appreciates it and they enjoy the show. So
Yeah. I think for me, the trick is coffee. Cause that other day, like I was drinking some real good stuff. I got some coffee sent from Hawaii to me, and I was drinking it. And that particular day, I was drinking cups of that, and I was drinking cups of Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee, and then I was just like going bananas on the chat, and I had everyone was just tripping out on the things that I was putting in the chat. I was way too hyper.
I don't know, dude. I drink like 12 cups of coffee a day, and it's not even really working anymore.
I gotta up that to 24, double it, increase dosage.
I think I might die. Actually, I think somewhere between 12 and 24 is the limit.
Yeah.
Shut your daggone door, bro. Shit's beeping. Come on, bro.
Oh. Yeah. No, I figured that's not his real face. I get you, Kathy. Today is a no coffee day. For me. I know later on today I gotta go do a lot of shopping though. I gotta buy the last couple of gifts for my daughter and get those wrapped up. And tomorrow's her birthday.
Yeah. How old, Tito?
10.
Oh,
Yeah.
happy birthday to her.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Many more, man.
We should all sing while we're here.
I'm scared. I mean, she's already got the sassy attitude, and
God.
get away from me, Dad! You're embarrassing me.
Oh, God.
It hurts.
I told
Like,
Yasmin, if you ever push me away, I'm running, and I'm never coming back. Oh, Daddy, don't do that. I'm like, I'm telling you right now, push me away one time, and I'm gone. She's like, all right, I'll never do that, Daddy.
Bro, last night
Like, I'm gonna record that.
She got a super sassy with me last night because in my apartment, in our rooms, we have where we have the switch for the light, the switch for the ceiling fan. There's a third switch. It's actually a kill switch for one of the outlets. So you hit that down and it cuts off. It breaks the circuit to it. And there's one in my daughter's room, and it's by her bed where she plugs in her charger to charge her phone. And so she started blaming my 5-year-old son. She's like, he dropped my charger on the bed and broke it. It doesn't charge my phone. And she's getting all mad.
Yeah.
I go in there. I'm like checking it out. I take it to my room, plug it into my charger. Her phone starts charging up. I test the wire from her charger and the box in my room, and it's working. So I go back there and I plug it into the wall. Then I look at the switches and I flip one of them and it starts charging her phone. She looks at me and she's like, you don't have to act like you're smarter than me, Dad. I could have done that myself. And I'm looking at her like, what?
Yeah, because you did it yourself, right? Yeah.
She outed me. She was just like, Dad, you're done. Out. And she pushed me out of the room.
Man. Sheesh. No respect. Rodney Dangerfield, bro. No respect.
I'm looking at her. I'm like, one day, little girl, you're going to really need me.
Yep.
You're really going to need me. And I walked out the room. But yeah, she's hitting 10. I'm scared.
What about when she was born? Weren't you holding her?
Yo, of course.
See?
I was the first one to hold her.
I was going to say, see, when Yasmin was born, I don't know. I guess they recommend you hold your baby. So, like, I took my shirt off. I'm holding Yasmin close for like, warmth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now I can't get Yasmin off of me. She loves me. Yeah. Stuck to me. She climbs me like a tree.
Yeah, my wife always pips out because my wife, all our children, she's had by C-section.
Oh wow!
And I would always tell her because she was like, I would sit in the room after I got suited up. I would go into the OR room. I would sit there, and then she's like, "So what's it like?" Because she is awake partially while they're cutting her open. And I told her I was like, I started freaking out. She's like, why? She's like, why would you freak out? I'm like, it's like they're working on a car, because they're pulling on her. Like they make the incision, they open her up, they grab it, and they start tugging. And I'm looking at them like, that's my wife, bro. You better calm the frick down.
Man, those experiences are crazy, Tito. So like what you're talking about, I remember when Yasmin was born, and it was like the doctor and the nurse, and there's all this mayhem and screaming and yelling, and I'm I'm freaking out, bro. My head's spinning. I feel like my head's gonna explode, and then out comes Yasmin, and the doctor holds her up like Simba, bro. You remember when Simba? Remember that was like held up in the air. It was like that. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, those experiences. It's like, but it's so weird because like the moment I held my daughter, like it like drowned out all the sound. The moment that she was in my arms, and then like I was just I was nervous, I was scared. I mean, like even with every birth, when I held my child for the first time, I was scared, and I wasn't scared of being a dad or anything. I was just scared that if I was holding her too too tight or not enough, if she was feeling secure in my arms, like those things just rushed to my head, and then I'll tell anyone out there who hasn't had a kid yet, when you have your child, it's a beautiful moment. It really is. And
Hey Tito, I have to let you go. I have to bounce.
Yeah, bro.
I gotta finish up this job over here. But if I can finish fast enough and I can get back on, I'll see you in a bit, okay?
Yeah.
You guys.
I'll still be on. All right, bro.
All right,
We'll see you
cool. Later.
Good talking.
I wonder if Latrell's still here because I sent him an invite to come in. I don't know if he's still here.
Looks like he's gone.
But yeah, no. Having kids is like it's just pretty crazy. It's a crazy experience.
Yeah. I'm saving that.
Siova just popped in.
I know. Siova in the building.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Siova. But yeah, very crazy experience. But other than that, what was it? Because I know Kathy said it earlier, and I said I was going to tell the story about it. I know I told. I think what was it? I'm trying to remember. Kathy, if you can remember what story I was going to tell you, because I have so many stories of like being an adolescent and in trouble. I know I did the one I prank called my math teacher and got the SWAT team in school. I did that one. I actually saved that teacher, as a matter of fact. I'll continue on that because that story I told yesterday, I'd mentioned how the school had a huge rumble between two different groups. So I'll just kind of like tell that story because I actually saved that teacher's life. But yeah, so my math teacher nearly got beat to death. And I'm not kidding. He literally nearly got beat to death. He was stupid, but like, so there was like tension because like the school that I went to in Hawaii is called Aliamanu Intermediate. It was a good school, so don't get like the very bad impression of it. I'll see if I can pull up some photos here so you guys can see what I'm talking about when I mentioned like how things went down. But for like a couple of weeks, there was tensions between two groups. So the military kids that were stationed in Hickam Air Force Base with their family, they would go to our school, and it was real divided, right? So like the blacks hung out with the blacks, Filipinos hung out with Filipinos, Hawaiians with Hawaiians, Samoans with Samoans, and so on, right? I'm trying to get some good photos here to show where this actually took place. So anyways, tension was rising between this one Filipino kid and this one black kid. Apparently they liked the same girl. And so some stuff had been going on a little bit here and there. Like a couple of Filipinos got jumped in the bathroom by like a bunch of black kids, and then they retaliated back and forth. So tensions were starting to rise in the school. And anyway, so it went on to where it was set to basically have like this rumble. It was supposed to actually happen after school at a park because we normally don't do it on campus. We don't want the cops called to break it up. We want to at least get a good like half an hour of a fight in. You know what I mean? Like I was known by every group in my school. Like everybody knew who I was. I was cool with everybody, right? So, one of my friends, he was a black kid named Lorenzo. He comes to me because we were in home ec in the third period, and he's all like, "Yo, it's going down today." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm just chilling. I'm trying to make a freaking pie, and then he's all like, "Yo, you with us?" I'm like, "Nah, dude, I don't have a side in all this, bro. I'm not gonna take a side. What it is, what it is. I mean, shoot, I'll be on the second floor. I'll watch, but I'm not gonna pick a side." And the same thing happened later on because my friend Arnold, he was a Filipino kid. He's all like, "Yo," he shows me this freaking switchblade he brought to school, and he's like, "I'm poking people." I'm like, dude, it's skin on skin. What the hell do you need a blade? I was like, put that crap away, put it back in your locker. I'm like trying to ease the tension out. eventually, so lunch happens. We all go to lunch, we eat, and we could just feel the tension in the cafeteria. You can cut it with a knife. It was that bad. And anyhow, so after lunch, we're supposed to be going back to class. Bell rings to go back. We're going back to sixth period. But that actually doesn't happen because in the middle, I can't find a photo of it, so I can't show you guys. But like in the middle of B building and C building is like a little courtyard looking place with like some benches and stuff like that, and like there's like one tree there. The blacks was on one end, and the Filipinos were on the other end, and so they ended up rushing in and fighting, and like the Filipinos were outnumbered. However, they kind of had an ace up their sleeve because they went to the Samoans and actually got their help. And the Samoans, they played it off, right? So they were like off to the side, like they weren't even involved. But once the rumble happened, the Samoans just flooded in. So now it was the blacks against the Filipinos and the Samoans. So
damn.
The Hawaiians thought that was unfair. So the Hawaiians, even though they didn't get along with the blacks, they sided with the blacks against the Samoans and the Filipinos.
Oh my God.
It just grew.
Wow.
So fast. And I'm standing there on the second floor and I'm like, okay, well, security's occupied. And back then I smoked cigarettes as a teen. So I decided to whip out a pack of Newports and light up and just watch. And then my friend's like, put it out, bro, put it out. You're going to get suspended. I'm like, from who? All the security's down here. So I'm just chilling. And my math teacher, stupid Matsuda, he goes in the middle of this whole thing and he's screaming out like, stop. And he's putting his hands up. And several students from all sides decided to take a crack at him because I guess he failed them or he graded them wrong or something. I don't know. And I just see him disappear in the crowd like someone had tugged him to the ground and his head just went down amongst a bunch of people around him. So I felt bad from him. And I went down. I went down the stairs. One of my friends thought I was tripping out. He thought I was going to join in, and he didn't know which side I was going to pick. And I went in there to try to help him. And I didn't care who was in my way. I was hitting anybody that got in my way because I'm not stupid. I'm not going to stand around there and get punched. It's a freaking rumble. No one's really looking for anybody. And I made my way to the teacher. I grabbed him by his ankle and I started dragging him like through the crowd. I got hit a couple times in the back of the head. I freaking clocked people. I was swinging wild. I didn't care. Drug him out the way as best as I could. And the sad thing was that when all this stopped, because HPD came to the campus to break up this fight, and they came in carloads. I mean, it wasn't the SWAT team, but it pretty much looked like it. They came in. They started breaking up. People. They couldn't use any chemical agents. Like one officer tried to use pepper spray, but they couldn't because we're all kids. Like you can't do that or you get sued. So they're just grabbing kids and just throwing them to the side, either towards B building on the sidewalk there or towards C building. They were just grabbing kids, throwing them to the side, trying to separate them all down the middle. And I knew I was going to get suspended. I knew I was because the VP, she hated me. She hated me. Yeah, she hated me. The reason why was because kids back then, a lot of teens were with that whole smoking cigarette thing, right? That was the era of teenagers smoking cigarettes. Mm-hmm. And they would all get caught. Their packs would get taken away from them. And the stupid vice principal would store all the packs of cigarettes in a garbage bag in her office. And I knew how to break it. Yeah.
Oh my.
I don't know. I had an idea that she did smoke cigarettes because that's why she never.
Yeah.
She was trying to take them home, and I had a small business. People would pay me $2 a day for my services, and my services was I would recover your pack of cigarettes. And I knew how to break into her office, so every time when it was just about because the staff goes to eat lunch before classes let out for lunch, right? So everyone in the office would go except for one of the clerks would stay behind. And she was pretty cool with me. I would go in there and talk with her. I would try to flirt with her. She would always tell me that I was too young for her. I'm like, I'm 14. You're 25. What's the difference? You know, when I'm 24, you'll be 35. It's no big deal. You know? But anyway, so I would flirt with her to the point where she would get kind of uncomfortable. She'd go back to her desk, and when she did that, I would break into the VP's office and get the cigarettes back. So my vice principal hated me, and she saw me in the crowd, and she called my dad and told him that I was expelled from school. And I was like, so my dad was like mad. He was like, "What did you do?" And I told him, "I saved my math teacher." He just looked at me with this weird look. He's like, "No, you've been acting out this entire year. You're a troublemaker. What did you do?" I'm like, "I saved my math teacher." Like, I'm not lying. So anyways, my dad argues with the VP about it. We actually went to, like, it's not a court, it was a hearing held by like the people from the Board of Education to decide if I was going to be expelled from school. And I tried to explain to them, and my math teacher knew what I did, so he came to vouch for me. It was a whole stupid ordeal, but yeah, I saved my math teacher's life, because if I didn't go in there, I'm pretty sure, like, I know he was concussed already because they had already stomped on his head and everything. He would have probably died if I didn't go in there and grab him. So,
damn.
That is one of my crazy stories.
That is crazy.
Yeah. But my friend Arnold did get expelled because they found a switchblade on him.
Yikes.
Stupid. He didn't put it in his locker like I told him to. But like, I don't know. Oh, the black shirt and the SWAT. Yeah, I told that story on Lawrence's live stream yesterday, didn't I? How I did the prank call on my math teacher, and I kept telling him that I was like, I tried to fudge my voice by putting a bandana over my mouth and was like trying to talk in a deep voice, and I told my math teacher that I took the boy with the black shirt, and he started panicking. This was like 2 weeks before the Rumble, and he started panicking, and he ended up reporting it to the office. The office called the HPD. They locked down the school until like 6 p.m. because they were looking for this missing kid, and they made it their parents had to come and sign their kids out of school. Otherwise, they weren't letting anybody go. They had locked all the classrooms, everything, and it was like, I was pissed because it was a prank that backfired on me. I had places to go when we got out of school at freaking 3:15 p.m. So I was like, but yeah, I think I told that story yesterday on Lawrence's live stream. I don't know where Lawrence went. I think he went to sleep. But yeah, I told that story. I have a lot of crazy stories from my childhood growing up, man. It's so crazy. Good for me. Yeah, I mean, I felt sorry for my math teacher. He's a cool guy. Don't get me wrong. My teachers actually gave a damn. Like, they truly gave a damn about me. And for me, of all people, I never understood why. One of my teachers, his name was Mr. Verzon, and like, really cool guy. He ended up becoming VP of the school after that lady got fired. But that's because I said she touched me, but that's a whole different thing.
What?
I told you, I was as a kid growing up, I lashed out a lot.
Damn.
Yeah. It's because like my dad remarried, so like just kind of give like a background of why I was doing these stupid things. My dad remarried, and I was okay with the fact that he remarried and everything. My older sister wasn't, and my older sister and my stepmom, they always had a standoff. They were always arguing over things. Because my sister, she would like treat my stepmom bad. Like, we had this big wood console TV in our house that my dad had kept for years, and my stepmom wanted to. She was telling the movers where to put it, and she had said, "You could put my TV over there." And my sister got offended, and she was like, "That ain't your TV." My dad bought that with my mom, and they had a standoff. And I always have my sister's back, so I didn't care if I never had anything against my stepmom, but I would always side with my sister. And so when my sister moved out, because she left the house at 16, she had enough of my dad and the family and everything like that. So she left at 16, and she was the only like family I had in the house that I felt like cared about me because my dad was always focused on my little brother and sister, and I didn't understand, you know what I mean? Like being at the time I was 11, my little brother and sister are way younger than me. That of course they're going to acquire more attention because, you know, they're still young. And so I didn't feel like I belonged there. So I just had a lot of anger inside of me, and I did a lot of stupid things, including getting the VP of my school fired, saying that she touched me.
That's crazy.
I mean, she did, but like she grabbed me by the arm because like she called me into the office.
Wow.
All right, I'll tell this story. So because I was a troublemaker, they put me in a special classroom where I only had like the trouble students in it. They called it the special motivation program. And so I was in there, and we originally had a Puerto Rican teacher named Mr. Mundo, and he was cool. He was cool as hell. Like I could deal with him, you know what I mean? And he transferred from our school to another school on the island. So they had this replacement teacher. She was an older lady, really weird. Her breath stank because she would like talk close to you, and you like we always wanted to ask her, like, you know, do you practice good hygiene? Do you brush in the morning before you come to work? Like, what's up? I hated her. But anyhow, so one day she would always try to bribe me, and I was insulted by that because she thought that I can control everybody in the classroom because I was always talking with everybody. Everybody was always trying to sit by where I was sitting. And she didn't understand that, like, I always had cigarettes. Like, the Safeway across the street from my school, they sold cigarettes. So I went in there and I stole packs of cigarettes, and I would always have them. So we would smoke in the classroom. Like, it's like, God damn, people are going to look at me in a different light.
What the hell?
There is this big utility closet in the back of the classroom. And so that's why they all sat. Yeah, they would all sit close to me because I had the cigarettes. And so I would go in there, I would light up. I would take a couple of drags, I would put it by the sink, I would have the sink on. And like, you know, I don't know if anyone's ever smoked a cigarette before or something, but like if you take a drag of a cigarette and you hold it in long enough, when you exhale, the smoke is not as thick. So that's what we would do. And I would like take like a couple of drags, I'd put it on the sink, I would come out, and like the key word, we would call it a bird. So I had another friend named Alaus, he was Palauan, and then another guy named Sean that was Samoan, and I would tell him, I'm like, yo, the bird's the word, and that's what we would say. And they would know, oh shit, it's lit. So they would know. So anyways, the teacher came up to me, she was like, what are you guys doing in there? I'm like, nothing. You know, then everyone start laughing. They would just start cracking up, and she's like,
you want to drag teach?
she was like, you know, I brought muffins, you know, if you would get everyone here to do their work. I'm like, I don't control these people. And why the hell are you trying to bribe me with muffins? Like, what the hell? Like, she was always doing that. So that there was one particular day she comes in with a cake, and she's like, I brought a cake for you to share with your friends. I'm like, no. Like, I don't know what you put in that thing. She's like, I bought it from Safeway. I was like, I don't know what you did between Safeway and here. So I sat down, everyone came in. It was like about like 10:38 in the morning. I went to the closet and lit up one, came out, and I was like, yo, bird's the word. And Alaus was like, bet. He got up. He goes, Sean goes, there's this little kid named, his name's Timothy. Little kid, super hyperactive, always like my shadow. He always hung by me. He did not look like he was old enough to be in middle school. And she comes up to me and she's like, look, she's like, you guys keep going inside there. What is going on in there? I'm like, nothing. Just washing our hands, trying to stay clean. She's like, are you guys masturbating in there? I was like, you sick. I got mad. I was like, you're fucking sick. Like, why would you think that about this and all this shit? And she started to panic, and she's like, if you guys don't sit down, I'm going to have to write you guys a referral. I'm like, write me a referral. I grabbed the book and threw it at her desk. So she was like, I forgot what she said, but that little kid, Timothy, just started throwing magazines all over the place. And then I was like, wrecked this classroom. And I grabbed the table and threw it. Sean grabbed the table and kicked it over. We wrecked the whole classroom. So she ran out to go get security. And I don't know how far the security was because I didn't go outside to look. And I looked at everybody. I'm like, how freaking cool would it be if we made her look crazy and we freaking cleaned right now? And so everyone grabbed stuff. We flipped all the tables back. Timothy grabbed all the magazines and like stacked them perfectly. We got back to our desks, we got our paper, and just started working quietly.
Oh my God.
She comes back in and she's like, the security guard looks in. He's like, he thinks she's crazy. He's like, what you talking about, man? Look, everything's fine. She's like, no, you got to believe me. They destroyed, like she was so dramatic about it. They destroyed the entire classroom. They wrecked everything. Check some of the desks. There got to be broken desks. And like, none. And we're sitting there working quietly. And the security guard's like, well, he's like, everything seems to be fine, man. But if you need me, you know how to call me. And so he started to leave and she grabbed his arm. She's like, no, you can't go. He's like, ma'am, I'm not private security, Kay. I got the whole school to watch. And he like yanked his arm away from her and walked off, closed the door. She's looking at us and we're looking at her like, yeah. Now the school thinks you're crazy. Students kept working quietly.
Damn.
But so the tension kept going on between me and that teacher. And the VP had called me into the office because she wanted to talk to me. And then she literally like was talking to me about it. She was like, look, she's like, I know you're driving that poor lady insane. I'm like, that poor lady is trying to ride me every day and thinks I masturbate in her closet. And the VP wouldn't believe me. She was like, she wouldn't say nothing like that.
Even all your friends.
Yeah. I'm like, you can call in the whole class if you like, miss. You can call in the whole damn class. They heard it. She's like, no. She's like, she wouldn't say that. She's a decorated teacher. That's why we hired her to take over Mundo's class. She's like, I know you're causing trouble. And she grabbed my arm and she grabbed it hard. And I looked at her and I was like, causing trouble. I was like, you like see what causing trouble is? And then so she let go of me. I left. And I talked to my counselor and I told him that my VP had touched me. And my counselor was pretty cool with me. So he's like, he makes a phone call to his friend at HPD. They come. Them and one of the people from the school board came. They took the VP away. I forgot her name. That's how bad I hated her. They and then Mr. Verzon.
Damn.
He was pretty cool. Mr. Verzon would always like talk with me, and I told him like, how cool would it be if you became VP since you had experience? He was like, I don't know. He's like, but I mean, if they ever offered me the job, hey. So I looked at him. I'm like, yeah, I think that position might be open soon. Walked off. 3 weeks later, he's hired as the VP of our school. And like, yeah, I had to go to court and everything. I had to go to court twice. I had to go to court because of the VP. I had to explain how she touched me. But even though like she grabbed me that hard, it's still, that's still, they don't accept that. So she was let go of her job. And the second court hearing that I had was that teacher, that old lady. She so she had gotten records from the office, and like when I was young, I was diagnosed with ADHD and also multiple personality disorder and depression.
Oh.
Like so she would let her classroom be a hangout spot for like all these Filipino girls, and like two of them I liked. And they were in there, and she happened to tell them what was wrong with me, which was breaking confidentiality. So my dad took her to court, and she was so stupid. The day that we had to go in, to talk to the judge, she wrote a handwritten letter to my dad because she was countersuing my dad for me terroristic threatening her, because when she used to piss me off, I used to tell her that I know where you live. And that would scare her. So we went to court. She wrote a handwritten letter to my dad, and in the letter it stated out that said that she would drop the charges for terroristic threatening if we would drop the charges for breaking confidentiality. And she totally screwed herself there, because my dad gave that to his lawyer, who gave it to the judge, and the judge found her guilty.
Damn.
She had her teacher license taken away and all that stuff. And like, yeah, it was bad. You know what I mean? Like, I probably went too far with some of these teachers. I was a troublemaker. And I admit that. Like, if I was to see her today, I would apologize for some of the things that I've done. because, you know, technically she really didn't deserve that. But there were things that she did that she shouldn't have done herself, which was tell those people in school that I had, you know, ADHD and multiple personality, because people don't know exactly what multiple personality disorder is. You know, they think that it's like, you know, like that movie, Me, Myself, and Irene. It's nothing like that, really. It's just my emotions have become personalities all on their own, and it cycles so fast. Like my wife sees it, she trips out. Like my energetic kid self comes out, and I'm like kid-like, like a teenager, and then all of a sudden, you know, like I'm very like negative Nancy and depressive. It cycles. I have no control over it to that extent, but it's never harmful. I've never been like in a rage where I've hurt anybody. So that's a whole new side to me.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, come on, D&D. Don't act like you haven't done anything wrong.
Oh man. The only thing I can say is I'm glad that I was not that smart.
Same with me too.
I would have done the same crap.
When I was younger, I was a mess. That's a whole different story. We'll be here till 8 o'clock tonight if I tell you what I did when I was younger.
That's why we're all here, right?
We'll be here at 8 o'clock tonight.
Bro, I got massive stories. I got so many of them. Some of them my brother would tell better. Like we used to, when we were on the run, so like I ran away from home. And this was like my favorite summer, because we spent the whole summer in Waikiki. We were walking the streets all night long, just meeting crazy people, you know, that city life. You know, you had people on the sidewalks like breakdancing. There's people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were just always walking around there. We would go to an arcade called Fun Factory, and they had these machines where you put quarters in, try to knock more quarters down. And the guy, he knew what we were doing, because like I would wrestle my friend Anthony, who was this big old Samoan guy, and like we would purposely do this so I would push him where he would hit the machine and knock a whole bunch of quarters down. And I had my Korean friend Sang, who was at the side where the quarters would drop. He would scoop up like $20 and we would leave, come back later. We would play a video game. We would leave, you know. And I told the guy one time, he confronted us. He was like, I know what you guys are doing. You freaking punk, stealing money. And I was like, stealing money, bro? We're freaking bringing it back to you by playing your games. You're stealing video games. I'm like, stealing implies something in my pocket. Shut up, you know. So we met these two guys. One of them his name was Koa, big old Hawaiian dude, and he was part of the underground scene in Waikiki. So like, if you needed, you know, weed, you would go to him. If you needed, you know, meth, all that stuff, you would go to him. And he had this plan. He was like, "Yo, we're gonna run bags off the beach tomorrow," because the next day was a Saturday. He was like, "There's gonna be plenty of tourists out there. They're gonna leave their wallet in their backpack, and we're just gonna scoop up as many bags as possible." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So he rented a hotel room at the Waikiki Banyan Hotel, and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna chill here. We're just gonna drink, watch TV, relax." So we go with them up there. It's me, my brother Ruben, his girlfriend Sang, and Anthony. We all go up there, and then hear a knock on the door. And Cola's like, yo, you guys go off the balcony. And so we go to the balcony, they close the sliding glass door behind us, and they lock it. And so we're like being quiet, and I'm just sitting on the little patio furniture, just smoking a cigarette, just chilling. All of a sudden, nobody comes back and unlocks that door. And like, we're on the freaking 28th floor, and Sang is like trying to peek through the little crack in the curtain, and he's like, yo, there's nobody in there. I'm like, oh, crazy. This had to be security. They probably recognize this guy, and they kicked him out. So now we're stuck here. And we don't want security finding us there, because we don't want them calling the police, because we're already on HPD's radar as being runaways from home. So my brother Ruben's like, yo, let's Spider-Man down. I'm like, bet. So Anthony, he's like the chicken shit of the group. He's all like, bro, I'm afraid of heights. I'm like, that's why you don't look down. So we go from the balcony that we're on to the one next to us, and then we hop over that fence and we start climbing down, and we're dangling our feet to try and aim ourselves to the next balcony below us, and when we drop onto that balcony, and we just kept going down from the 28th floor, 27, 26. I think it was the 24th floor we stopped. we were hanging there, and Sang's like, "Yo, what if these rooms are open?" And so like Sang is the crazy one out of the group. He's worse than me, and I'm like, look at him, like, go check. So we climb back over the rail of the balcony to this one room, and we check the glass door, and it slides open. So me and Sang tiptoe in. Ruben and Anthony's girlfriend stay on the balcony. We tiptoe in on the carpet. We go to the bathroom. There's nobody in there. So we're like, yo, it's clear. The room's empty. So we go inside, and then Sang's like, I bet you there's money. And he starts ransacking the freaking room. And I'm like, good idea. And I'm like, yo, we pull the fucking suitcase down. There's a camcorder in there, one of those olden day camcorders you put the cassette tape in. I grabbed that. Sang found like $5,000 in traveler's checks and like $300 cash. And Anthony found freaking Twinkies in the refrigerator. So he's like, we're looking at him. He's like, you're hungry. And he starts eating. We bolt out of the room. We make our way down to the lobby and out. And that was like one of my crazy adventures at the hotel. We actually climbed down the side of the building. As a matter of fact, I can pull up that photo of the hotel because it's very distinctive. And like every photo shot of Waikiki, this hotel always shows in it. And I can show that exact hotel. And it was the side in the photograph that we climbed down from. So,
oh boy.
I'll screen share this, and let's find that particular shot. Oh, there it is. And it has a couple walking on the beach, so let me screen share this. So if you guys ever vacation to Hawaii and you go to Waikiki Beach and you look in the direction towards Diamond Head, the Diamond Head Mountain, which used to be a volcano, and you see this hotel, you know that I've climbed down it. So this hotel right here.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Oh, the one back in the corner back there.
Yep, this one. That's the one. I'll make it full screen for everyone else.
You climbed down that whole side of that building?
Well, from the 27th floor to the 24th.
Oh my god.
Let me go back to it. I'll just zoom it in. Can
That's
I zoom
great.
in? Why won't it let me zoom in? Stupid. Let me just
right-click the image and then open a new tab.
That is crazy. He wasn't killed trying to get down that thing.
Yeah, when I think about it now, I'd say I'm pretty stupid. I could have died on that. But then I didn't.
But you didn't.
Yeah.
No, that's a good.
It's very blurry in the shot, but you can see like how the balconies are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. It's that hotel. I make that hotel famous now. I should like message them and be like, "Hey, I just heard a story on my podcast. So, you get guests that say, yeah, we heard this crazy guy climb down your balconies."
When people watch this replay, they're gonna say, "He did that."
It's like I get 10% commission on every stay.
Like I said, people are gonna watch this replay of this live. They're gonna think he's nuts going down the side of that building.
Well, that's why I share my crazy stories, like, towards the end of the podcast a little bit. Well, not really the end, but like, I know nobody's gonna watch this thing all like the whole 2 hours and 28 minutes. So.
You never know.
Only the dedicated ones will know this story. Everyone else will probably just get like the tech news and dip out. So.
Oh boy.
I don't want to be alone on this boat. So YFS, what was one of the craziest things you've ever done?
Craziest things that I've ever done. I don't know. I haven't really done a whole lot of crazy stuff.
Well,
I have.
The usual school fights, middle school and high school. Nothing exciting, really.
I can tell you one.
You didn't throw anybody into the locker, or?
You want me to?
No, not really. It was pretty cool in high school. In middle school, I had some problems, but aside from that, I had some kid try to pull out a pencil on me. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Pencil on you.
Yeah, like he was like gonna try to use a pencil as like a pokey weapon. I don't know. Can you stab people with a pencil?
Yeah.
It's possible. I've stabbed a guy. I stabbed my friend in the hand with a pencil, but I was high.
Yeah, that's probably the craziest thing that I've ever had.
Yeah, what you've done.
Yeah.
What about you, Gene?
Well, me, this is funny. I was in elementary school. The elementary school I went to, we would all go out into the back parking lot and have recess and have fun and all that sort of thing. I hated this one teacher so bad. I went over to his car, pulled off the bumper sticker on the back of his car. and the principal saw me. Seriously. Principal saw me and she said, "Go into the office right now." So she dragged me into the office. We had this old lady who was named Cynthia Roberts, her name was. She said, "Gene, what did you do? I heard you put a sticker off a teacher's car." I said, yes, I did. She said, "Go down to that teacher's classroom right now and apologize to that teacher for what you did. Now turn on the intercom and listen to what you're saying before you can leave that room." I was scared of this. I couldn't go in there and apologize to that man because he was teaching a class. Go in there and apologize in front of the students right now. I said, okay, I might as well get it over with. So I walked in there, apologized to the teacher in front of every student in that room. And he said, "Gene, don't you ever do that again or we're suspending you permanently."
Oh, man. I've done some bad things to other teachers. Oh, I'll tell you guys my Ghostbusters story in school. This one wasn't as bad as the other ones, but
oh god.
So I would regularly get into arguments with my PE teacher because this was like at the time where boys had to grow up in like the shower rooms in the PE gym. You didn't have much privacy,
Oh, geez.
So I never wanted to participate in PE because I didn't want to shower with a bunch of dudes. And I kept stressing that to my PE teacher. He kept giving me shit. He was like, "Well, you're not dressed for PE today, so you're going to sit down, boy." I was like, "I don't understand." He just looks at me with his awkward face, and like he knew what I was going to do because like the gym building in Aliamano Intermediate was at the very back of the school. Behind that was an open field, and then behind the field was Navy base housing. So when he had a PE class, I would walk across the field, go up the steps, which technically meant I was off school grounds, sit down and smoke a cigarette and drink a soda or something and just chill. And he always kept giving me crap, so like I wanted to prank him really bad. And one day, I looked at one of the school grass sprinklers. It's like really big. It's got 3 little poles that sticks out of it that spins, and it had giant fat wheels on it.
Oh,
it was going off, and I'm like. I told my friend Sean, because Sean always rolled around with me when I would walk out of class and just walk around campus. I'd be like, "Sean, you remember Ghostbusters?" He goes, "Yeah." I was like, "How cool would that thing be if that was a thing you threw to catch a ghost?" Sean looked at me. He was like, "What are you gonna do?" Because he already knew I had a plan in my mind. I'm like, "Hey, go run by the faucet, turn off the water really quick." And so he goes there, he turns off the water. I told him, "Wait for my signal to turn it on." So I grab it, I haul ass to the door because So they had the basketball courts to the right side. There was like a square building that had a center courtyard in the middle, and there was 4 classrooms. And his classroom was the one closest where I was at. So I grabbed the sprinkler, and I go by his door, and I look at Sean. He sees me from down the way, and I give him the thumbs up, like turn it on. He turns it on, and I'm like, I roll it. I just throw it, and it rolls really fast into the middle of the classroom and just starts shooting water all over the place. Right across his classroom is where the special motivation classroom is in building D. The classroom was D1. So me and Sean ran in there, and we sat down on our desks, and Mr. Mundo was looking at us. He was like, "What are you guys up to?" I'm like, "Nah, we just came back from the bathroom." And we sat there, we started doing our work. I'm looking, and my PE teacher comes out, and he's soaking wet. He's screaming. "Oh!" He's just yelling across, and some of the girls that was in his class during that period, they come out, right? And they're just discovering how to put makeup on. So they come out looking like freaking Sting from TNA when he was doing his Joker thing. It's like all over their face. And I'm like, I'm cracking up because they're crying. They had to go the whole day with their makeup like that. And I'm looking at them like, why you never wash it off? Oh, man, but yeah, I played Ghostbusters.
Damn.
I'm just glad mine wasn't as bad as that one.
If some kid watches this, they're gonna get an idea. Like, oh yeah, a little Android did that. Let me see if I can do it.
Growing up in the 70s, I'm telling you, principals were very tough back then.
How tough?
As tough as I just said. She dragged me by the hair back to the office and said, "What did you do out there now? I have to call your mom and dad on you now."
I was such a bad child. No principal could break me. Break them.
It's the reverse. Yeah.
But
I'd totally break them. Shoot.
she's long gone now.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I mean, that was just me lashing out. I was trying to cope with a lot that was going on, because like my older sister, like the reason why that I support the things that she does, like I'll be honest, and I'm kind of throwing my parents under the bus, but if they ever see this, I'm sorry. I love my dad very much. He's my rock. I'll say that to the end. But at that time, I felt like that he didn't care about me, and the only parental figure I had was my older sister Sonia. Like, she really took care of me, making sure that I ate dinner. Like, no matter what she did, she would go out party with her friends. She was also being a troublemaker too, but in a very different way. Like, she would go out, drink, stay out all night. She, her ex-husband, who was her boyfriend at the time, a Filipino guy named Ray, she moved in with him and everything, but they were always gone. But one thing she always did was she came home to my dad's house and cooked me dinner and made sure that I had dinner waiting for me. And it was tough because when she moved out, I didn't have nobody. She would make me dinner, but like I would have to go find her where she's at. And it was even though like Oahu is a small island, it's really hard to find somebody when they're in a car driving around everywhere. All I had was the city bus and a bus pass for unlimited rides. So, I mean, that'll take forever to get to where she's at. But yeah, I support a lot of things that she does because she really took care of me. Like, my mom had ran off. My mom had left my dad when I was about 4 years old, 4 or 5. And she was in and out of my life. So, like, she's my mom. I love her because she is my mom. She gave birth to me. She gave me life. But that's about as far as it goes. I really don't know her all that well. My dad has always been there for me, but I just gave him a hard time a lot.
Yeah.
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 I say he's my rock because like the multiple times that I was locked up in juvie, he would come to visit me, and he would sneak me candy bars.
Well, your dad is sort of like my mom. My mom and I are really close to each other. Mom and I. And she always says, "Gene, did you listen to me when I told you?" And I said, "Well, Mom, I didn't." She said, "Well, now you know." My mother, we're really close to each other. What I've been through, she was there. My mom. And I didn't say anything. I'm a Special Olympics athlete. And when I first started, she would take time out of her. She used to work back then. We would go all the way up to about 6 miles away from the house every week. And she would get in the car and say, we're going. 30 some years we would do that.
Yeah.
A lot of parents wouldn't do stuff like that.
Yeah.
A lot of parents would say, the H, to you and do it yourself.
Yeah.
Do your own thing. But my mom, I'm telling you, since I was the firstborn,
Mm-hmm.
there you go.
Yeah. There's like 9 people watching and there's like no comments. Did I pretty much scare everybody to like mentality of what they thought of me? This guy's not really about tech. Man. He's evil.
They're gonna call you the evil guy in the black shirt.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's why I have like a really, really huge interest in tech, is because it calms my mind down from doing stupid things. Like, I'll be honest, it did. I think like my interest really peaked I tinkered around with stuff when I was a kid, but I always tried to hide that from my friends because they weren't into it. But my interest really just exploded when I got hired for Verizon's call center and was like, I was going through everything because they always have things to help out the customer service reps and everything, right? So like every specification on the phone, what it can do and this and that, and I was like literally going through it on my break times just to learn about the LG chocolate. And like I always wondered why they call it the LG chocolate, but it was a popular phone. People liked it.
I remember them.
Yeah.
It was like a piece of chocolate almost.
When people used to call because they had like issues with connectivity, to be like, get their calls like, "Oh, I'm having a problem with my strawberry chocolate. It's not connecting." I'm like, "Strawberry chocolate?" Like, oh, the pink one. Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now.
Chocolate,
Oh,
dark
look at this
chocolate.
thing.
Shit, they had
The
all
dark
kinds of
chocolate.
things. Yeah, the black one they called dark chocolate. I'm like, what the hell? Like,
Oh
like,
yeah.
why are you people calling it that?
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and it slides up.
Yep. Shoot. If people want a visual, I'll give them a visual.
It's a brand name used for fashion mobile phones. Color and yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That was
They sold 21 million of them.
It was popular, dude. It was as popular as the freaking Moto Razor. I think like in one shift that I would do, my shifts were like 10 hours. In one shift, it would be like maybe like 75% of my calls had to do with either them wanting to buy a chocolate or wanting help fixing it.
Ice blue.
Yeah, they had all kinds of stuff,
It was
man.
discontinued because LG Chocolate 3 came out.
Yep. There they are.
Yep.
No,
Verizon was the only one that used it.
Mm-hmm. This was the cherry chocolate, and this is the strawberry chocolate.
No wonder it failed. No, I'm teasing. No, I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this one down the bottom here. It looks like an iPhone. All them apps on it. What is that?
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the newer LG chocolate.
That's the one that didn't move.
Yeah, no, it didn't move. This is where was it? I would say I think this was around the time the iPhone came out, and so like every other company was trying to make proprietary software with touchscreen, but they were using resistive instead of capacitive touch. So it was just like,
That was an Android phone.
No. It was proprietary software. So it was LG's own software. It wasn't. You couldn't even consider it a smartphone.
No wonder it fell apart.
I mean, that was, I think, competitive towards the Samsung Instinct. You guys remember those?
No.
Yeah, it was competitive to that before Android started becoming the mobile OS that LG, Samsung, and freaking Motorola and all them started using. Motorola, man. You guys remember? Have you guys seen Moto Blur back in the day?
I've heard of it, never seen it.
The UI was just so weird. It was like, wasn't even all that great. Moto Blur was fail. TouchWiz was fail.
Your Moto Blur account.
Let's see. Who is watching in the live stream right now? There's been no comments since I started. Look, I'm not a bad person anymore.
Moto Blur is gone. They don't have it no more.
No, they've gotten rid of it for like years ago, man. These
You
things
can't
are
look over it online anymore.
2010, 2011. Wow, four people left watching. Insane.
Well, mister, I have to get rolling here.
All right, man. You guys take it easy. I guess I'm gonna end it out right now too. So, I appreciate you guys for coming in. You guys are pretty much awesome. YFS working out with us. Yeah, so much fun. So much fun doing this.
See a robot up there having fireworks. It doesn't look like he blew up.
Nah. For those that heard my stories, just understand this. I was a reckless kid. I'm not that person anymore. So don't think that I'm that way.
Now there's a thing up here, Tina. I wanted to ask you. It says some destinations won't get comments.
The what?
All the way at the top of the screen on the StreamYard end where I am, it says some destinations will not see these comments.
Oh, because one of my destinations is Facebook.
Oh, that's why they won't see these.
Yeah. So.
Oh. Your wife comes in when we're getting ready to shut up. Close this live up. She comes in.
Yeah, she just woke up, and it's good too because she got to sleep in because she worked so hard. So yeah. I'm gonna go with her, have some breakfast, enjoy the rest of my day. Those that heard my stories, please understand I was a messed up kid, but I'm not that person anymore. So you guys don't have to worry about me being like weird.
Here I go, and thank you, Cito, for having both of us in here.
Yeah, no problem, Gene. Thanks for coming on here and chatting with us.
Thank you too on here, by the way.
Yeah. Shout out to Lawrence. Shout out to Sneed for coming in. And yeah.
See you again soon.
Yep. I'll see you guys on Monday. Because tomorrow's my daughter's birthday. I'm not coming on at all. So I'll see you guys Monday.
All right, we'll see you then.
All right, take it easy.
Bye-bye.